Bam! Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's go! We are on a mission to change your life, to change my life, and in turn, just see what this universe really, truly holds. Let's get the lemon into the water. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I've already been drinking a lot of water this morning. Let's decalcify that pineal gland, get ourselves on another level. Keep ourselves hydrated. You know what to do. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get that music back up and running. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate you all more than you would ever know. I could never do what I do without each and every one of you. This shirt is my dad's shirt. It's a little big on me. It's puffy, but I wear it. You know, my dad lived in this house. Then he went back to his other house. He went back and forth. And then around like 65, 67, he only came back here and there. But he kept a few things that he may have bought in his late 50s or in his early 60s. Like he may have bought this shirt at Filene's or something, or TJ Maxx one day, it's a Nautica shirt, and he kept it there. And then eventually he went back and forth, and then he stopped going back and forth so much, and then eventually some shirts, because he wasn't sure. He was never sure, am I going to, Then he got too old to really come back, and he never thought that. And eventually he just, when he died, there was just, I don't know, like 50 or 40 shirts. Most of them didn't fit me because my dad was so big, but I wear, every once in a while, I'll see one in the closet that I kept, and I'll just wear it. Now I realize, I like the other ones that are like nice and tight on my arms, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it does something for me. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And that is your time. We're going to break it down for you like we do every single day here for Bitcoin. God bless you all for being here with me. If you weren't here with me, I wouldn't be able to do it. Shout out to the channel sponsors, I Trust Capital, BingX. BingX, the only place you can trade the S&P 4X Bitcoin in the same place. You can't do that almost anywhere else. There may be one other place, I don't know, but BingX does it the best. Bitcoin getting a bit of a sell-off to the downside here. And you know what? Only a matter of time. Nothing goes up forever. Yesterday was an amazing move to the upside. I saw a downside coming too as well in the 1 hour time frame. We're going to break that down. We're going to show you what I was seeing. We're going to have a blast. I also have a coin that looks like it may be breaking to the upside. I'm watching this SEI flag. I may open up a leverage trade on this. I thought I actually did. I did not, though. I thought I had. You know what I mean? We're taking this $5,000 account to $7,000. Then I take the $2,000 out, and we go right back at it again. We're at 63.95. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you all more than you would ever know. We talked about Crow getting a little bit of a move to the upside, but it's still consolidating. It's taking its time. It's looking like this is going to take about a month for it to fully play out. But again, it may, that's what happens. You look in the back end, Bitcoin will go up and down, but then you'll see the coins that matter just continue to pump to the upside. Still got some crazy coins going up. We got 27, 30%. Most of these are really small coins, though. You know what I mean? My baby ORDI continues to pump to the upside. I told you I get into ORDI again at 57. We've been trading it on and off, but this thing's now sitting at 80. Hot coin right now in the game. ORDI did get sold off, though. Look, it went all the way up to 91. In the last 3 hours, people took profits on ORDI on some bearish div there. We'll take a look at that later. Is it going to fall down? I'll look at the bigger chart on KuCoin to see what's happening for ORDI. Bitcoin breaking down fast to 44,900. The dump is in. What's happening to Bitcoin? We'll break it down for you right now. I said this morning, when you look at BOOKMAP, there was a little more liquidity. I guess to the upside or to the, to the downside, we had liquidity either way. But here you can now see they've built more liquidity to the downside. It looks like they want to bring us to 43,500 for Bitcoin. So that's just one thing on the radar. Whoop, getting a move all the way back to 45. There's heavy volatility. Let's take a look, shall we? For bitty Bitcoin. I kind of saw this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I drew this pennant. I said, everyone, we want to see this. I said, if it can consolidate, go up and down, and we, basically you go up, back down. We want to wait hours, 4 or 5 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Watch the 7 minute. If the 7 minute held this trend, bounced back to the upside, went sideways, this would have been the trade I was going for. But I also said there's a possible shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here. I said, if we dump, we'll be looking for the 200 SMA here on the 7 minute time frame. This is the update that my trading group got this morning when I was looking at bitty Bitcoin. 7 minute does want to make a bit of a bounce here, getting thrown to the downside, but things are getting pretty crazy. Let's take a look at BTC, USD, and the all-time history index. Let's break down the big idea for Bitcoin. But look, we even had this falling wedge. This is the last time I looked at it. I had this broadening falling wedge with the break to the upside. This was on the, I believe on the week, maybe even been, I'm trying to think when we looked at this. Today's Monday. Might have been Friday or Sunday. But this is kind of what I looked at. Yeah, probably Sunday night, right? For the all-time history index. This is where I kind of left it at. And boy, oh boy, look, it even hit the target, which is kind of crazy. The length of the algorithmic pole here to the upside told that we would get, I guess I had a little closer, but I mean, it's just so crazy how amazingly accurate measured moves are. Like, who would have ever thought a measured move, right? So if you're on my channel, I like to do this every day. It's kind of redundant now because I can remember exactly where we were, but we do it every single day to kind of reset ourselves, see what's happening, and not get stuck in the small time frames. Remember, we found hidden bullish on the daily, which did tell us this candle would break above this high. We got it. Like, all the fundamental ideas that I learned from all my mentors and that I practiced, they've all come through. And they've played out exactly as they should. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. 5-day had that resistance that we broke through. We never got through the wicks, though. We could even bring the wicks. So, like, right where we wicked to, we never broke through. But we broke through where the candle bodies closed. That's where I like to call, like, Now, we still have another bit of a resistance here. You can see there's just a little bit of bubble where these candles came up. There's a high volume node here, too. That's at 47,587. So we know 47, a little bit of an issue. 49,600. It seems like, or maybe a little lower, 49.5. Once we break through that on this 5-day, there's a little nib there, 58, and then it's really just like smooth sailing all the way back up to 60,000. Like, there's a tiny bit of resistance for Bitcoin to get back to its all-time high. I mean, what a move. Bitcoin was at 15,000. It's done a triple to 45,000. It tripled up in a year. Unbelievable move. And look at the volatility. Bitcoin was just at 44.9. It's back to 45,130. And that's why I'm going to have this both kind of time frames mapped out here. And now what we're looking at is some type of falling wedge here, right? So that old break back inside. I don't know. I'm going to do my own due diligence on this, and we're going to play with it again. Right now, price actions, for me, it's difficult to figure out. It's not in a great shape, so it's not in a probability shape. So, I'm at odds with what's happening. And that's what's great about trading. 90% of the time, I see exactly what it is. It's not every time. Then there's some days where I'm like, And I got to use the moving averages, Fibonacci. That's when you pull in your other sauce. And that's why you can rely on the same sauce for so long. But every once in a while, there's got to be some other sauce. I call that the added padded sauce. Like, just kind of what you have to pad in there just in case. So we got above this resistance for Bitcoin. And we got above the 200 SMA. All right, everything worked like we talked about. We said we would get a push to the upside. I said we wouldn't be bearish. I just love going over this because every day since I said it, I went over it and I never stopped. And I just like carrying that over because people can say, yeah, he did say that. He's been saying it since he said it, right? So it's not like I said it one time, went back on my word. Like, you can see, like, this guy's been long ever since we got above this yellow line. And he's been, and this is part of his strategy that he teaches on multiple time frames. So now I understand why he was long, and now I get it. See, this helps my students really understand what's happening and puts it in perspective for them. And the daily repetition, that's how you teach, through daily repetition. Some days I don't want to say the same thing over and over again, but I know if I do, I'm going to hit it home. I also know there's someone new every day getting the knowledge that needs that extra piece of the puzzle to see what's happening. All right? So resistance, bounce. Bitcoin's in a range right now between 40,009 and that high of 44.5, but we broke above it. Beautiful 5-day candle. This weekly candle is gorgeous, okay? It'll close in 5 days and 9 hours. We have some time here for the weekly candle. I want it to close right away. Just hurry up and close green, But anyway, it's a beautiful green candle. We have a golden cross coming on the weekly. Let me say that again. We have a golden cross. Doesn't mean you can't get a bit of a dip, something like this. This could happen. But what it does mean is 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now, you are going to be in the money big time on a Bitcoin buy based off the 50-day crossing the 200 SMA. And I use that a lot. Now, nothing is guaranteed in trading. It's not like, oh, that's a guarantee. But there's like a 95% accuracy rate to the fact that if we front run a golden cross, and again, front running them are important. Waiting for them to cross, you could get, because sometimes there's a dip right after the cross, or there's a dip intermittently. as you get the cross. And that's what people don't understand. People that study them at the beginning just hear, oh, it goes up when you get a golden cross, right? And then there's a golden cross they buy, and then it dumps, and they don't get it because it's a latent signal, and it's an overall healthy idea of the market. All right, does that make sense? I hope I'm conveying. I always wonder if I can convey the message that I'm trying to convey in the proper manner. You know, that's am I describing what I'm attempting to say enough? All right. Shout out to everybody here on the chat. God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset, and just, you know, having an amazing day. Put a 1 in the comment section if you feel absolutely amazing today and you know you're going to have an amazing day today. Put a 1 in the comment section if today is going to be the day that you find opportunity. Today's the day you're going to learn a new lesson in trading. You're going to bust into something new is going to happen for you today. It's going to happen. Something big is going to happen to me today. I don't know what it is. I'm going to make a trade I've never made. I'm going to see something I've never seen. Something on the live stream is going to happen that's never happened. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? There's opportunity out here every single day, and I'm going to find it. I know I'm going to find it with the lifers. God bless each and every one of you for being here. I see a lot of 1s in the comments. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Absolutely amazed. Let's take a look here at BOOKMAP 2 as we showed you before, but I just want to see if there's any developments in liquidity. And we still got this big old bar down here, but we got some up there too. You know, in the minute, if you had to make a call on it, it says we're going to go lower, but you never know, right? Nice tall king to you in spaces yesterday. Nice talking, nice tall king. That's funny. Nice tall king. Nice talking to you in spaces yesterday. 280% long. RC Moore, we love you. We appreciate you. So many cool people in the live. There was one really horrible person that joined the spaces and said something absolutely horrible. But, he was moved out immediately. Got stomped out hard this morning. Lesson learned, though. I'm with my wife for the first time at New Year since 8 years ago. I'm so happy, feeling blessed. Wow, amazing. Should I take profit now and open a new long next pump? I don't know what you should do. Only you know what you should do. I don't know where your situation is in life. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, let's move to the 3-day chart and talk about it. Flip on the moving averages and get it in. So I said I didn't like how far away price action was getting from the 21. If you know me, that is my style. That is what I do. What I do is what I does is what I do. Now, so the level here is to 52,253. This is a clean breakout. You know, we just want to see this 3-day candle close in 1 day and 9 hours above the resistance. That's going to, so we're going to wait for confirmation. If this candle does not close above resistance, possibly an M pattern, right? And you didn't get above the resistance, so it's not in the sweet spot. So we desperately want to see that. We go to the daily, and the daily's now going to make its second green candle. Great. A little bit of a rejection this morning. Let's see if we can kind of, follow through. We get 8 hours and 32 minutes. One thing I will caution you is the 21 and the 200 are starting to get that far apart mode. Whenever the daily was tight, that's my mood in. Yeah, that's when I'm jumping in. Tight moving averages telling me something. Starting to get far apart, telling me that we may get a pullback, and people have to be okay with a pullback for Bitcoin. Now, the thing is, to pull back, we'd have to make a falling wedge, and we'd have to kind of keep a trend. We broke this trend, which tells me that we're likely going to go up. ETF approved. We confirmed that candle here closed yesterday on the daily. Yesterday's candle was absolutely amazing. It was awesome. All right. You're funny. Wife. Yeah. Wife changing money. Easy 1000X. You never know. It could or could not. It could also be a rug pull. Just be careful, man, with memes. Yeah. Pull back to 43.8 retest. What's the song? I don't know. Oscillators resting. Most trades still good. Things are cooling down. This is good. Ready for the next leg up for Bitcoin. Filecoin H-bar. Let's go. We made a double touch of the 618. We are on the rush to the 786. Still time to confirm a fake out. How far do you think this pullback would be? 45K, or we'll see. Can Croc make a 10X? I don't know. I'm not into that. It's not my thing. All right, so we want the daily candle to close green above this yellow line. So that's another thing I'm seeing. All I want is the daily to close above this yellow line. So we can say we closed above resistance today on the daily. That is going to be about 44,600. So we need like a 44.8 and above. I'd like some buffer. I'd like 44.5. I'd like a $45,000 close, right? Tight moving averages, it's okay. Says we might come up, go sideways a bit, and pull in that 200 SMA. Went through the gap of the VRVP, held at that node. That was unbelievable. Looking at the 12-hour, still has some momentum. Doesn't say it's over yet, right? 8-hour kind of capped off. The 6-hour getting pretty close to being capped. The 4-hour. So I want to talk about this. The 4-hour broke up, and whenever the 4-hour gets these massive pumps, it cools off. Cools off. And it will cool off back to the 200 SMA. It's a massive pump for the 4-hour. You're overbought on everything. RSI, everything. Last time you were this high on the RSI on the 4-hour was back here on December 7th. So it's been a month. You know, you got pretty close, but you didn't get above the dotted line here. You know, here you did. So it just tells me that the 4-hour needs to cool off. And so part of my trading style is knowing when to chill. And again, it's back to the Twisted Sister. You see me doing this probably every day now on the live because coins are starting to move to the upside and we want to find the retracement levels. And this is how I figured out the smartest way to do it. Really, it's ingenious. Once you start doing this and you see and you use it and it does what you want it to do, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. So we're going to come back to the 21-day moving average here on the 4-hour time frame. 21 will move up. Price action will likely come up. We'll get a pump, come down. And we're going to either go sideways here. The fact that we're this far away tells me we're likely going to get a pullback. And we possibly will retest one of these two levels. Right? So the 4-hour tells me that we pull back for sure. You know what I mean? Now there's a chance that daily defies this and we continue to pump. But it's unlikely. It's more likely that, you know, you have tweezer, you're about to get tweezer tops on the 4-hour time frame, right? This candle will close in 28 minutes, and when it does, I mean, you don't even need it. You have these two candles, but when these two candles do close, you have two tweezer, you know, that's a top tail. It's a bearish symbol. And you're away from the 21-day moving average, overbought on the stochastics RSI. Very likely that Bitcoin's going to get a pullback somewhere to 44.5, 44.193, all right? That's what I'm seeing on the bigger picture, all right? So I personally would either short Bitcoin or leave it alone and wait for it to come to a pullback area. All right. So Bitcoin to me is likely going to pull back. The levels I'm looking for is 44,568 and 44,100. We may go to the 618 here and Tesla with 43.5. We may jump off this top level. I see this as a very, resistance. I see this as a very strong level. We lose that, we may get into some, more bearishness just because that would be such a strong resistance to lose. Even here, resistance came up, very key level there. So we don't want to lose 44,050. You lose 44K, that's going to be a bit of a problem for me. You know what I mean? Or, not a problem, but, for the bulls, it's going to be good for us if we want to be bearish, but it's not going to be good, You want to be bullish or bearish or have the ability to be either at any time you want in your life. You don't want to be biased. You want to be able to make money. Long term, you want to be able to pick the trend. And you want to be able to see things on the bigger time frames properly. Okay? So this would be the wacky, weird, if anyone's been watching me, I kind of started using this pattern. And what it is, it's the falling wedge with the breakout, but a break back inside. And what it eventually does is it actually breaks out the same way that it would as if it never left the pattern in the first place. So I've seen this happen before. It could happen again. This is how wacky this is. It's happened. And I know when I do this, I feel weird. I feel like people are making fun of me. They think, what is this guy doing? It's because it's the strangest TA I've ever done. But I've back tested this, everybody, and I've seen it play out many times. So at this point, I'm willing to go on a limb and show it. Now, this makes it ridiculous. I've never seen anyone do anything like this, except for me, right? But I've seen it play out many times. All right. Yeah, that 4-hour definitely had kind of a double bottom, but it had that cup and a handy to the upside, which was amazing. And this could be making kind of a cup with a fallback, right? But look at the Adam and Eve double bottom that played out. I just have to talk about how these things play out all the time. And we did see this beforehand. The Adam and Eve double bottom just blasted to the upside for Bitcoin. What an amazing move. And I called that pump yesterday for Bitcoin on the live stream. I was long 3 days straight. We hit all our gains, and then yesterday was an amazing trading day for me. I was 9 for 1 trading futures. 9 for 1. Unbelievable. That's why SCI looks nice to me here. This thing's gearing up, oversold. You know, I was looking at it. The only thing I didn't like was the liquidation level was a little too high for me. I wanted to risk about 130, you know, for 530. That, you know, 140 for 560. I mean, that would be great. I'll get liquidated at 69. That ain't bad. 127 bucks I'll lose. You know what I mean? That ain't bad. I love that. You know what I mean? I risk 127. SEI is hot right now. It's oversold on the 15-minute. It looks like it's interesting. I've been patiently waiting 2 hours for the perfect entry. I kind of like what I'm seeing here for SEI. All right. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm going to deep dive it on the bigger time frame, but I'm looking at that as the trade for the day for me. I don't know what you're looking at. If your education lines up, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Who likes SEI on the chart? Put a 1 if you like the chart on SEI. Put a 2 if you think there's a better entry. Let's see what people say here. 1 or a 2. Smash the like if you're here too. Please hit the like button, notification bell, so you can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. We got some 2s. We got some 1s. We got some 2s. If you got a 2, write down why. You got to say why, you know, you're not sure. You like, you know, what's up with SEI? Where's the bearishness on SEI? All right. And Bitcoin getting the pump back to the upside here. It's getting pretty interesting on the smaller time frame. But not amazing. It's messy, is it not? Right? I'm about to say, what is that? Why do I have that level there? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. And then when I zoom in. So, I just, yeah, I'm going with the idea that the 4 hour just doesn't want to party for us, right? So, here's the deal, too, though. We could bounce off the 200 SMA and just make some type of weird symmetrical pattern here. And this could be a nice little scalp for Bitcoin, just, you know, falling wedge. Just back to the top of the pattern. Just right back here to, you know, that's something that I'm looking at here for a possible move right now. And then if we can consolidate here, but it doesn't, you know, I'm not in love with the pattern. It's so strange. You got this kind of rounded top beginning to form as well. Does SEI have a token unlock today, and would that have an effect on the price? I traded Bitcoin in the Bing exchange alone over 700 times, 144 days, hitting 3 million in trade volume. Might be a rookie number, but I got invited late. This year, going to be much bigger. Shout out to Bitcoin Jim. We appreciate that. I'm excited. Jump on into BingX. BDC bull flagging. Big up for SKL. Yeah. 2, because you didn't pull the trigger. Interesting. Well, I'm not pulling the trigger until I see what I like to see. You know what I mean? That's why. If I pull the trigger, then you'll see me pull the trigger, right? Like, it's like either I'm going to do it or I'm not, right? So Bitcoin did just get a bounce here, oversold to the 7. I expect a bounce to the top of the channel, at least somewhat of a double top here, right? And then let's see if we can consolidate. It still would be a wacky pattern. It's not amazing. I'm not in love with what I'm seeing here, but this is what I'm seeing for now. You know, this is kind of what it is. See that? I was going to put a line right there on that POC. Bounce, bounce. We got to flip that as resistance back to the upside for Bitcoin, all right? We could also look at it something like this and say, you know, we had this beautiful channel. We fell out, you know, to the bottom of that channel, which just makes sense to me. So I'm expecting a move for Bitcoin to pump all the way up to about 45,860 right now. That's what I expect to happen on the 7-minute. It's most likely. That's like there's basically a 68% chance you broke out and you did the falling wedge. And then the carryover with the stochastics is about 80% accurate. So it says, you know, rounded 7-minute looks like an ugly deformed HNS that's almost played to the 200 SMA. Yes, exactly. Shoulder, head, shoulder, down to exactly. Yep. I'm with that. All that volume and still at 45,000. Did Jim Cramer just say about Bitcoin? You can't. Oh, no, that's horrible. PRQ entering the buy range. Parsec. I love that coin. I held it a long time. I also like YGG setting up for some parabolic moves here. It's just been slowly doing its thing. Hasn't been sold off. Setting up nicely. Yield Guild Games. I don't hold any. I don't know the company. But, yeah. Yeah, SEI looks interesting to me. The 1 hour looks good. The 4 hour's a little overbought. Tells me to be careful, right? Like, I got to be careful here on the 4 hour. We may come further down to the 21, right? So the 4 hour says we're about to dump. Tells me to take a chill. So even though the other time frames look okay, the 4 hour tells me to be careful. So I'm going to wait that out. I'd like it if the 4 hour was in a better position. All right. Bitcoin getting the move. Pumping. Now it has to break this resistance to the upside. Gets above the zone. We go further to the upside at 45,800, which is the resistance. You can see clearly. All right. Yeah, we're dumping because Jim Cramer messed us up. Last night I was cooking lasagna, and the water was boiling, and the hot water boiled up and went right on my foot. And my foot hurts right now as I look down. Didn't hurt earlier, then out of nowhere it just started to hurt too, which is weird. Oh wow, the blister popped on its own. Ah, that's what happened. So the blister just, my pants hit it, so I don't know what happened, but I guess the blister just popped out of nowhere and then boom, right? You don't want to hear about my burnt blister, but it came from the hot water boiling, popped up, landed on my foot. This cooking life ain't easy, man. I cooked a lasagna last night. I really did. Nobody believes me, but I really did cook a lasagna, all right? Your lasagna pumped the market. Hey, Sam, can you talk about BENQI, the CEO Twitter situation and the fraud? Yeah, they already went over that, man. They showed that was, they did a deep dive on that. Like, you can actually go to their Twitter account and do a deep dive on all that. They addressed it fully, and they talked about how I'm trying to think, and even someone deep dived it, man. Like, if you go, it's kind of like, you're kind of like a week old. This is like 10 days old, man. You know what I mean? It really is. Like, you're super late to the party here. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm not going to ever sit there and go, every exchange is SAFU. I don't own the exchange, man. You do whatever makes you happy. I keep 90% of my money on hardware wallets. You do whatever makes you happy. I tell everyone every day, get yourself a hardware wallet. I talk about having a hardware wallet. I talk about security. I talk about making sure you're safe. I go over it every single time. We talk about getting a Tangem wallet. We make all these, you know what I mean? Every day we talk about it, all right? MaxC had the lowest fees in the game. Now the fees are a little higher, but they're still the lowest fees in the game. But still, taking advantage of MaxC during that bear market was the greatest advantage. I mean, it was amazing. Dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin at zero fees. I couldn't believe I could buy Bitcoin without a fee. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know that was ever going to happen. You know what I mean? I consider it such a blessing on blessings. You know what I mean? Robinhood is trash, man. I would never use that app. What do you think about cold storage wallets? Those fees were felt yesterday in leverage. Yeah, see, immediately, right? I mean, now if you hold the MX token, though, you pay half in fees. You know what I mean? So, and again, exchanges come and go. Always be careful. I'm never going to sit here and tell you everything's going to, I've kept money on KuCoin for 5 years, never had an issue. Binance for 5-6 years, never had an issue. You know what I mean? All right. Good morning, Lifer, and everybody. Yeah. It's changed now. MEXC has fees now on everything. Exactly. Matic potential breakout on retest of the 4 hour. Yep. I see double the volume from yesterday pump and still 45. Not again. See, I don't know why you stressing that. I don't know why you're stressing that idea, right? All right. Thoughts on the BTCC exchange? Never heard of it. You know what I mean? KuCoin was great. Have you tried Femex or heard good things? No, I'm back on KuCoin that's why I tell everyone, get back on KuCoin. Get yourself an RNS ID, a digital ID. Get yourself back where you need to be. Get yourself KYC'd on KuCoin and you're ready to rock. My favorite exchange, baby. So there we are, 320. It's happening as suggested. The move back to the upside for Bitcoin. The falling wedge making that move further to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for BTC. Get above that resistance, that move, and boom, boom, boom. I suggest the 7-minute starts to pump us right back up, and then we can see if we can get some consolidation. It's very key we break this level. Previous support becomes resistance. We need to SR flip this small level right here on the 7-minute time frame. Get ready for a massive altcoin pump. Made my first 1K after yesterday's Bitcoin call. Amen. Made Bitcoin and all. Who made money yesterday trading Bitcoin with me? Who learned how to trade with me yesterday and made some of the first money they've ever made? Put a 1 if you made money. Put a 2 if you learned a lot. Put a 3 if you made some of your first gains ever. Like ever. Yesterday was some of the first gains you ever made. A 1 if you made gains. A 2 if you learned something about Bitcoin with me. A 3 if you made your first trade, some of your first gains you ever really made. Shout out to Master Friend of the House. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everyone who jumped on in. And that's the beauty of the trading group. I work so you don't have to some days. I want you working all the time. But you might have had a super busy day. You might have had to work a double shift like I did 5, 6, 7 years ago. You might be exhausted. You might come home from work, just barely enough energy to open the computer, and boom, there you see Sammy breaking down what he's looking at, talking about it, showing you what he sees, breaking down a chart, giving you the parameters and the risk management that he's taking. And then if it fits your trading style, boom, you're ready to rock, right? Boom, you wake up $1,000 and gain $500, and it was all for $3 a day. Join the trading group. Find out why people absolutely love what happens here with the lifers every single day. How can I come here every day if it didn't work? All right. Bang, bang, bang. %, unlocked on SEI. The vesting schedule. Upcoming events. So it looks like they don't unlock a previous event August. So they don't unlock for a year, it looks like, till August 15th. I could be correct. Am I wrong here? So they don't have an unlock for a long time. And double check me on this. You know what I mean? I would double check that. It's kind of a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder here for a move to the upside. I don't like the 4-hour time frame, but this thing's been hot and people don't seem to care. This thing could be $1.30 on there. I had this right here already ready to go. Let me shorten this and bring it on in. 3.57 risk reward ratio. If I bring it up a little bit, it's a 4.68 risk reward ratio. I like it. Stop loss at 6.796, right? I'm toying with the idea. Take profit 103.66. And, you risk 127 for 5.97. I don't like the 4-hour. I'm still sitting on the idea here. Not going full tilt yet. We got some news for SEI. SEI Network emerges as the latest crypto favorite. Meme coin SEIN leads bets. Meme coin SEIN, apparently a cult term for holders of the SEI token, has gained 400% in the past week, serving as a proxy for growth of the broader SEI ecosystem. The rise in popularity of the EVM-compliant blockchains in the parallelization process has driven growth of the SEI network. The SEI token, which has seen over 75% gains in the past week. And now it's got a meme, the SEIans. I don't know, I'd probably get absolutely, blasted for saying that wrong from the crew. We are Seans. Sorry I'm late. Did you review Pepe? No, I did not. Little meme coin for the year of memes. Yeah. Alluvium to 2,500, 3,000. Moon, baby. I don't know if it's going that high, but maybe. I still hold some Alluvium. You know what I mean? Saiyan. Thank you. A Saiyan. The Saiyan family. Yeah. And balls on you. Still sitting here at the 786, kind of 706 Fibonacci level. Didn't do much. We bought it right around here. It has slumped since I got on in. Has not performed. Could be a rug. All right. Could kick us right in the balls. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. It just could happen. You know what I mean? Can you explain funding fees on MEXI? I'm confused about it. I think it's a charge to keep the trade open. Yes, funding fees. You know what I mean? And, you know, we can go to ChatGPT and ask, what is a funding fee? You know what I mean? And I'll do this for you. Why not? You know what I mean? Yeah, I hope you have ChatGPT up and running. I bet you do, right? I know you do, right? All these things can be answered at home, but you're going to waste my time on the live. No, I'm just... A funding fee is also known as a financial fee, overnight fee, is a cost associated with holding a leveraged traded position overnight. It's commonly applied to a derivative market such as a future contract for differences, CFDs. When trades use leverage to open positions, they essentially borrow money to increase their exposure to the underlying asset. If a trader keeps a leveraged position open overnight, they may be required to pay a funding fee. This fee compensates the provider of the leverage for the capital tied up in the trade and reflects the cost of maintaining the position. The funding fee can be positive or negative depending on the direction of the trade and prevailing market conditions. If more traders are going long and buying, there's a shortage of long positions. The funding fee may be positive for the long positions. All right? So if more traders are going long and buying and there's a shortage of long positions, then the funding fee may be positive for longs and the negative for short positions and vice versa. It's essential for traders to be aware of the funding fees so they can add to the overall cost of maintaining a position over time. Traders often find information about funding fees in trading platforms they use, and these fees are typically applied daily. All right? ChatGPT at your fingertips. All right? Okay. ORDI did hit 92, but came back down. You know what I mean? Still holding on to this saying, that entry at 73 would have been at the money by now. Some people have made... I know some people can make 10 grand off that tiny move, you know? It does look like we're low stochastic. Shout out to the 1,131 people on the live, 380 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So, look, we're at resistance. We are at resistance. For some reason, we can't get above this level. Kind of a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder in a way with the double bottom head, and it's weird, but... Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get this push to the upside here. Let's get back above the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame. Can we get back on track here for Bitcoin? And I see this as a sideways day. And if anything, the 4 hour make it. Remember, the big time frame, I'm seeing the 4 hour make a move to the downside. That's what I see happening. You're too far away for the 21 on the 4 hour for us to continue. We have to revisit it. That's just a healthy move. If we continue to pump without touching the 21, it's just it happens, but it's very rare. So if it does happen, it'll be like the 1 out of 20 things. It's very rare. It's usually not likely to happen, you know? All right. Another good thing about DeFi is the DeFi TVL surpasses 55 billion as crypto market continues to surge. The decentralized finance total value locked records impressive gains as the broader crypto market rallies. I mean, it rose by roughly $2 billion in 24 hours to $55.3 billion. People are making money on DeFi, baby. All right. I see with success come meme coin spammers. Yes, many, yeah. It happens. 8 is interesting daily candle. Thank you for saying that. So I'm looking for the 4 hour to reset to the downside. 6 minutes and 33 seconds, this 4 hour candle closes, and it doesn't close. It closes pretty ugly. Indecision doji, I get it, and we could go sideways. Anything could happen. I'm open-minded, but the idea is we're going to make some type of sideways price action here. You know, we might even just make a flag like this and just go really, really sideways for a while. We may not go lateral. You know, we may not go, diagonally to the downside at all. We may just go sideways the whole time. All right. Hurt my shoulder somehow doing something. Then I went and threw a tomato out the window. I always throw my fruit out to the animals because I live near the woods. I don't know if I should be. You probably mad. Maybe I shouldn't say that. You know what I mean? But it's usually only small things. It's not a lot. Wow, PERP did explode to the upside. Look at that thing. 8 hour time frame, ready to go. Touching the 21-day moving average. These are the things that I go over many times. You know what I mean? but you never know. Wow, wish we jumped in on that. $1 all the way to 177 in about, right, 32 hours. Under. Okay, there we go. Can we get the push now above the level that we're looking for? A little bit of a right shoulder. The 1 hour, the 1 minute's going for it. Retested the point of control and bounced right off of it. We still got that bounce. We got to break through this area. I see this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, even though the head is like a dual head, you know. If you bait, you can't shoot. Okay. Join the 99 to be on time. Baby Grok, baby listing. Amen. And shout out to everybody here on the live. If you want to do what we do, like if you were trading with us yesterday on the live stream, and if you were in the trading group, I was giving out hot trades like hotcakes. Like it was amazing. We were nailing it. It was just one of those days, man, where I just sat, I'm at a stand-up desk here, and I sit and I just trade at my stand-up desk. I got 6 monitors. I can always bring it down. It's a computerized desk, right? And I really suggest it for everybody. For years, I sat at a sitting desk. I was an editor in the TV industry. So I sat at my desk, and I saw other editors using stand-up desk, and they got bigger and bigger as time went on in the industry. And eventually, when I started sitting here every day, I realized it was time to get a stand-up desk. And I paid, I think $1,800. I got rubber wood, which is a real type of wood from a rubber tree. It's a really strong, beautiful wood. I wanted the nice like mahoganies that like have those but they were all back ordered and was gonna take forever. And I needed the desk to get it done, so I got the wood that I could get, and I made it happen. But the Uplift company really these desks are unbelievable. And they have all sorts of accessories and things for them, even hammocks for your feet. They even have hammocks you can sleep in underneath the desk. It's kind of insane. They really do. They have hammocks that you can sleep in underneath the desk. Yeah. Nuts. Like Uplift. Like I'm sure there's a picture of a dude sleeping in the hammock. Now, I don't know if I would do it. See like this? Like she's in the hammock underneath the desk. It's pretty nuts. But hey, I mean, when you need a break from work, I do have the foot hammock. I don't have the personal hammock. But, all right. Uplift. I just wanted to show you the rubber wood. I know you don't care, but this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. And my desk is big. I got the white. This is the one I got. I got white with the rubber wood. All right. You don't want Amazon to show up while you're live. Okay, so rejected by resistance. Bitcoin could not get back above this key level. 44,300. Unable. All right. I'm more bearish for Bitcoin today than bullish. I'm being honest with everybody. I don't like to be bearish for Bitcoin, but I also like to be just kind of it is what it is type of thing, right? So I need a stand-up couch. Interesting. They don't make those. I didn't upgrade my stand-up desk, handmade, LOL. Dude, this desk is unbelievable. I'll tell you right now. And it has I even bought the keyboard swivel that comes out. So you get a keyboard swivel out. And again, everybody, make sure you're getting a mouse like this. You do a lot of trading. You're at your desk a lot. You're always charting like me. Make sure your hand is vertical. When your hand is like this, what it's doing is it's twisting some tendons inside. Oh, wow, I'm wearing away my mouse pad. But when your hand is like this, look. Right here, put your hand here and you can feel the tendons turn. Actually, put them vertically like this in a horizontal and clench down. And you can kind of see it turn, right? So if you keep one like this straight up, bang, bang. Made more than my monthly salary yesterday on Bitcoin with the lifer. 2024 is all ready. Thank you, Sam, for your dedication and the love. Damn, dude, more than your monthly salary? And shout out to the 20th super chat. It tracks all the super chats. You're the best, Nate. God bless Rave Song Records. Made more than his monthly salary, and he pays $99 for, and I'm telling you, he makes more than $99 a month. I'll tell you that. We hope, I'm pretty sure he does, though. But the idea is he made more than his monthly salary with a trading group that cost him $99 a month. I mean, if that's not a return on investment, that's amazing, right? That's a return on investment. That's why people go. And, you know, it all started when he was watching YouTube and he happened to trip over Crypto Lifer and CryptoLifer.com. And eventually he took a shot with me. And this guy goes to every single weekly screen share. This person is dedicated. Rave Song Records is dedicated. I saw him dedicated himself to the process. We also have another course inside of my trading group given by my man, Master Friend. A good trader came into my trading group. He kept pushing. He was there for everybody. He helped a lot of beginners. Eventually, he showed me things that I never knew about the market. I figured my success was to help other people become successful and to not just hoard my own success. So I brought him in and I let him start teaching a class inside of the trading group. It's $300. It's a class and a mentoring session. Eventually, you would take the class. Eventually, we realized it was better you get a recorded class and he mentored you 3 times a week. Get those sessions, get into that. You can't get this anywhere else. People would charge you literally one-on-one type of stuff like this is $2-3 grand in the industry, or if non-existent at all. I'm telling you right now, you will remember this. You will come back to these times and be like, man, I remember when these guys gave this class away because it was gold. So hit the QR code, hit the link. If you've been trading for a few months and if you keep failing at leverage trading and you refuse to stop and you don't want to spot swing trade like me no matter what I say, and you're gonna leverage trade no matter what I say, you gotta hook up my man Master Friend. He's just gonna set you straight. He's gonna dedicate that time. See, my time is dedicated to finding the altcoins, finding the newest things, looking at trends, and knowing where Bitcoin's going to go. His dedication is dedicated to time frames, London, like where money is moving, right? He's also gonna show you so many other things, and he's dedicated to teaching you how to really grind in that leverage every single day. So if that's kind of what you want to do, and honestly, you'll have both. You can keep swing trades back going while you're doing leverage trading. Master Friend is the man. He's my buddy. He's in my trading group. He's a teacher. He's a class act. He's a beautiful person, and he's here to help. So if you want to jump on in, that $300 will go so far. If you made a lucky trade, you're up, but you're not sure how you did it, you might want to take some of those profits and find some real actual sauce that will get you to the next level. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, and I appreciate you listening to my spiels. The Purple Squad. Who here took the course with Master Friend and their life has changed forever? Put a 1 in the comment section if you took the course with Master Friend, or put a hand up, put a 333. Just say it was me. Say Master Friend. Put a Master Friend, write friend 333 in the comments. That's what it is. Write friend 333 in the comment section. If you made gains, it was that class changed your life. Let other people know that the information is absolutely amazing. It will change their lives. All right. Bang, bang. And look at all those people writing friend 333. The people have spoken. If you're on the fence, jump onto the trading group today. You have access to so much more. Like today we do token metrics. Token metrics cost $1,000 a year, $100 a month, $89 a month, depending on how you bought it or when you bought it. And we give it to my students every single day, every single Monday, and every single Thursday, and whenever I see other things. Trending right now is still COQ Inu, FEG BSC, and look at SEI and Tectum. SEI is still trending. Could be the one that makes a move today. It really could be the one that makes the move. I'm going to step up, and I'm going to take the trade. I'm going to risk 137 of my bucks. I'll get liquidated at $68. It's below resistance. The resistance is strong there at 69.84. Okay. I'm going to take a shot. I don't like the 4-hour time frame. I am fighting the 4-hour. Bitcoin isn't amazing right now. I'm going to take the shot, though. All right? The chance I make a nice, cool $500 today and get this account back up to $7,000 are pretty dang close. Already up $3 in the trade somehow, some way. Already up, we'll see where this goes. Heavy leverage on an altcoin. I usually don't trade alts. 90% of the time when I trade an altcoin leverage, I lose, man. So I am basically... I will be surprised if I win this trade. But I do like low stochastics. I do like where we're at. There's a chance we win to the upside. So to the guy that says I didn't do it, I'm ready to rock. All right. Love is the strongest frequency in the game. God bless each and every one of you for being here. We love you. We appreciate you. When you live in love, you cannot be denied. Who here lives in love every single day? Who here lives in love every single day? Bang, bang, bang. All right. So, and we'll keep you privy to this trade. It's up 5% already, which is crazy, right? And again, I only risked $125, right? I'm not, you know what I mean? And I could make 500 or I could lose it all. I think that's a pretty even Steven payoff. You know what I mean? And I did some due diligence, and we have some previous resistance and support. It's trending like a wazoo. Everybody's talking about it. It could be the only thing that pumps pretty hard today. You never know. Sam, you never mentioned CAS anymore, brother. What's your take? Well, it's just sitting sideways. There's really nothing to mention. You know what I mean? It's time to dollar cost average and slowly get it in. Really nothing to talk about. 4 hour getting a little bit of a green candle here after that last red candle. It's a good sign. It's a 7 minute. We'll get this pump back to the upside here. We just got to get back above that resistance. 1 minute in this broadening wedge there. A nice little flag. If this gets a pump, it'll also help my SEI trade. If this gets a nice pump to the upside, SEI will get a nice pump to the upside as well. So now we're going to watch this flag of the 1 minute time frame in this resistance. We have to break above this resistance for Bitcoin to continue to the upside for the day, or at least, and even if we do get the pump, I'm overall more bearish on that 4 hour or sideways. I'm more sideways. Sideways or bearish. I don't see a huge pump coming today or tomorrow. I see some consolidation. But again, I could be wrong. Anything is possible when it comes to Bitcoin. All right. In this trade with your brother, shout out to 8. Let's see what happens. And don't blame me if you lose all your money. You know what I mean? Hands down, the hardest working, most dedicated, highest frequency having TA in the game. Crypto Bear Baker, we love you. There are 250 million disabled Americans. All of you make more than one trade than each of them per month. Stay humble. God bless you. I love that you just said that, man. I love that you just said that. Like there's disabled people that could make a trade and have a hard time. Like they would trade if they could. No, there's so many issues in the world. And every time I wake up, like my mom passed away, right? And I could be so sad about it, but I also have my hands, my eyes. And my mom was next to me right now, and I told her what happened. She said, it is tragic. She's like, I did die young. I was healthy. She's like, but you know what, Sam? You got everything you need. You know what I mean? Your parents were there for you. You got what you need today to be a good dad. So it's just, she would say, don't you dare even feel sorry for yourself. But I'd be like, but Ma, you were the greatest and I lost you. And like, you were the best. Like there was no one better than you, Ma. And she'd be like, I know there was no one better than me, but you got to deal with it. And she's like, and you have more than so many people in this world to be grateful for. And I'd be like, you're right, Ma. And so I'm going to be grateful. And that would be kind of, you know what I mean? Amen. 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 All right. Again, getting rejected by that key level. 45.3, just not letting us get into that zone. No love for the lifers. Right? And I've seen this before. It's not, but I've seen kind of like an M like this. I'll keep you situated, but I see a pullback on that 4 hour time frame or sideways price action. That's what I see happening for Bitcoin. Surprised that turned green. Like I see this going down. This is the other option, but it's you have to understand, price comes back to the 21. Look at the gap here. What you really want to see is you want to see this. You want to see the RSI come back down. And then you want to see like hidden bullish divergence. You know what I mean? If you can. Or have this come down and have this go down and then this go up. Yeah. So you want this to do something like this. RSI go down, price come up. Right? It might even come down to here. But you want swing up to swing down, then we can call it hidden bullish. Then you might have a bigger target, and then boom, Everyone thinks ETF tomorrow we're going to go up. I mean, they're doing and again, the ETF could get denied. Remember that. And remember how weirdly bearish that would be, or how strange, you know what I mean? And honestly, just because the ETF would be denied, if there was no ETF at all, we would still have the Bitcoin halving. Blessing, Sam. I bet they wick us all out on SEI. If too many people put their stops at the same place, yes, possibly. I don't like the 4 hour, but there is a bit of an Adam and Eve. I'll tell you what, when the Stokes reset up here on the 15 minute and we don't get any love, I'm out. You know what I mean? We come up here and we double top, we start hanging out on the stochastics RSI, my favorite indicator in the game. If you don't know me, I trade the stochastics RSI like every single day of my life. I love it. It's my trading. It's how I do's, you know. You look at shoulder, head, shoulder. That was a head and shoulder pattern. I just didn't see it in time. And again, I'm not trading today. I had such a good trading day. Whenever I have a really good trading day like Monday, I take the day. Also, today's the first day the markets are open, right? So you're going to get some weirdness, you know. And I told you, whenever the market closes on Monday, and then it throws off the entire week. You know what I mean? I saw lots of Bitcoin companies with buy signal stocks, but the charts were horrific. But seeing 10 with buy signals, though, interesting. And, you know, you just reminded me to look at MARA. Wow, PERP looks like it may want to continue. MARA was 23. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a hit all the way back down into the teens. It looks like they pumped that thing end of the year to, like, I don't know, like, you know, like it got pumped. 23, pumped back up. But, you know, right now we're sitting at what, 24, 33. Still amazing. We got in at 9, right? Unbelievable move for MARA. And did I hide my work? I think I did. This is how we figured out what MARA was going to do. We found the cup and the handle, the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. I saw low stochastics on the weekly, and I pulled the Fibonacci to the 786. I mean, it was textbook, right? And then I got in at, and it was oversold too. So now you're looking for MARA to consolidate. That's what we're looking for, above a key level of support. Bounce, bounce, bounce. As long as MARA uses that level, 22, as support, we're in pretty good shape, you know. I don't know why that was doing, like, echoed monk dancing, you know what I mean? But this would be cool for MARA. We get a bounce. You'd want to see the 4-hour ready to rip back to the upside here if this is the case. And some hidden bullish. Yeah, so look, you got the swing up, the swing up. So you're getting some hidden bullish there in a way. Even if you took it from there. But yeah, you get this hidden bullish divergence. And, you know, so you want to see this consolidate. If it continues to fall down, then you got to look at 16. I personally have to buy more MARA. You know what I mean? So actually on the live today, I got to get into my Weeble and I got to buy some more MARA because I left that $7,000 out. I should have bought it on I'm pissed I did not. I'm not pissed, but you know, could have done better, could have, would have, should have, you know what I mean? And I like to do, I do live buys here all the time on the channel. All right. In fact, I bought MARA, I'm pretty sure, in front of everybody here on the channel. All right. And I'm going to do it again here on Weeble. I do not have anything on Weeble. Like, I don't have an affiliate link to it. I could and I should. Everything I put out, I should. But I do not. But this is Weeble. I'm going to hit buy 100 MARA at market. Right? Pretty easy. Let's see. That would be $2,400, right? Now, remember, I'm used to like using a real, like an actual trading software and like knowing what I'm doing. So if I do this kind of funny and I look like a guy that doesn't know what he's doing, it's because I don't, you know, it's funny. So we think about, you know, 10 of these is $240, 100 is $2,400. And I wouldn't mind splitting the buy into 3. So market buy 100 MARA, $2,400. All right. This happens all the time now. Oh yeah, I want to allow that, I guess. And then it won't go away. It's like some glitch for Brave browser, I'm telling you. Super annoying. And it like just won't stop. I don't get if there's like a button I'm not pressing somewhere or if I'm pressing too fast, right? So there I bought it, right? And then to make sure I bought it, I just want to check the account and see the cash in the account. So we're up $10,800. We were up even big. Like we were up way more, right? At one point. But again, I wasn't going to sell at the end of the year, right? You know, it just wasn't, and pay short-term capital gains. It just wasn't going to happen, right? So that was filled, all right? And then the first one was filled. All right, it was filled. 954 was my entry there. 952 limit. And we got closed at 954. So yeah, and that's Mara. And what I want to do is I eventually want to fill, I had 15 grand in the account. I want that all into Mara and then this could 5X at least. So I'll 5X some of it. I'll 10X the other half, and I'll still be happy, right? Schwab is user-friendly for me. Yeah. Some say, why buy Mara? Well, you can just buy Bitcoin. Just because it's more liquid, it's in and out of the account. That's all. Just because I got so much money all over the place that, I got to put it all over the place. That's why. You know what I mean? Like, to get into Bitcoin, I got to go send it to it just, honestly, I don't know why. There's just, why buy this or why buy that? I don't know. It's just, you got to buy something at one point. You got to invest, right? So that's Mara. People have been asking about Mara, and we will deep dive Casper. If there's something you want to talk about or break down, let me know. YGG getting a little bit of a pump to the upside. Nothing crazy, but 44 to 47, a little bit of a pump. Nothing nuts. Bitcoin is still holding 45,000, which is absolutely amazing. Somewhat cup and handling here. Falling wedge could break back to the upside. Didn't make that, still holding this higher low. Attempting, and look, that's our money printer, right? There's the divergence back up to the 200 SMA. We come back down. We still could flip that 200 SMA. I'm just not bullish on the bigger time frames. The bigger time frames look like the 4-hour wants to pull back on us. I wouldn't be surprised if it makes a nice dump right down here today. All right, so I'm more bearish than bullish on Bitcoin. All right, and I'm usually pretty accurate. So, but again, it doesn't mean it's going to do exactly what I say, but I wouldn't be surprised. Many times, if I look at myself as an outlier and I was able to step next to myself, many times I've watched my live stream just for video purposes or audio, and I'd be like, yep, I said I'm going to dump. And then we dump to the downside, So I've been able to nail it many times. I wouldn't be surprised if, my instincts are spot on again. It's kind of a rounded top right now. Just doesn't, you know what I mean? You got local resistance at 45, 118 now. What I see here is a slanted shoulder, head, right shoulder, downside. Look at that. That's about to dump right now, in my humble opinion. All right. Okay, what was your Mara target? Like $100. Yeah, like we're going all the way. I'm 10xing that. Yeah. I would recommend Mara, CSLK, and Riot as well. Thank you. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And if you want to jump on into my class, all right, I don't have any courses right now. Some people say I sell courses. I don't have any courses, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I sell one course, but the course is amazing. It's 7 years of my life put together. I personally don't know any ICT at all, and I don't use any ICT. I just want to make people know that I don't use ICT. I never have, and I probably never will. I know that's not true. I use some fair value gap, and honestly, ICT isn't the only person that talks about London and stuff like that. Anyway, but I don't personally use any ICT concepts. There's other people that like to learn them, and that's there's people in my trading group that teach it, but I personally don't use any of them. I don't. I use my own stuff. I'm out of my mind. I'm Sammy Cup and Handy. I made up my own kind of way of trading. I really did. I mean, if you sit in the charts for 15 years and you play with the moving averages, eventually you're going to see things that no one else sees. That's it. If you do anything over and over again, you're going to see things that no one else sees. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't think we should even yeah. And just remove the dude. He's whack. Yeah. Goodbye, man. Boy, just to be completely clear. All right. And when I say that, I'm not telling you that ICTs don't help you. I'm just telling everyone here that I've made I've made a lot of money trading. I've never used ICT in my life. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you can't use it to make money. What I want everyone to realize is all your brains are beautifully unique. If you give yourself enough information and you believe in yourself, you're going to find your own unique way to make money trading, right? With a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You might take some concepts here. You might take some ICT. You might take this. You're going to find your own way. If you're truly blessed and have your own vision, you'll have your own way, right? There's a lot of people that do just take someone else's concepts and rebuild them, and they trade that way too. There's different types of traders. Just like there's painters that just kind of learn one painter style and kind of revisit, and then there's painters that do their own thing completely. They're both painters, they're both creative, but they do it differently. Same thing in trading, all right? I see this as a head and shoulder pattern to the downside on the 1 minute time frame. Even though it looks a little wacky, I see a move right down here to about 44,528. And that's what I see happening, all right? If that happens, it'll ruin the SEI trade. I may just close. I don't like trading these leverage trades, man. These small coins leverage. 5 minutes getting overbought already. Could be the shoulder, head and shoulder right there. You lost the 200 SMA. You're curving on the 21. It's like too risky for me. HXD on Radium called Honeyland. And people like it. I've heard about it. I'd be careful. You know what I mean? It's just a kind of meme coin. John Collin. I'd rather other people just research it and not find it through me, personally. If you can get me off the hook on that super chat, I'd appreciate it. Facts. I use Sam's style and Master Friend style and use make. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just beautiful information, you know. Thanks for the stream. And for me to say I don't use any ICT is actually not true, because I do use fair value gaps. But I don't remember when I'm doing it, because I'll be honest, the VRVP does a really good job of showing me where liquidity is going. Like, you know what I mean? VRVP, moving averages, you'll be a pro. The 3 elite traders that hit so many gains in my trading group, they do exactly what I do. I see leverage as an under 60-second play during the candle velocity, then take profit. No, it depends. You got to use it how you want to use it. You know, leverage could be used however you want. Just depends on how, you know. The more information, the more choices. The concern I have with HUD is the merger that they had brought on a lot of machines into the fleet, which are barely profitable now and are mining in the loss post-halving. That's not a good sign. Sam would love to send you a super chat, but can't today. Will you kindly check Filecoin? I mean, the way you said it so nicely, I might as well, all right? But you see Bitcoin now starting to drop to the downside. So you see, we call long, we call it short. We're not just lucky on any given moment in time, like, you know. And the market will show you what it wants to do if you pay attention to it. All right? The market really will show you what it wants to do if you pay attention, but you must listen. You must listen. And it's always attempting to teach you something, okay? Look at BOOKMAP now, building more liquidity. They built up liquidity down to 43.5. It's likely we go, you know, it is likely we go, you know. And honestly, there's indecision today. I'm getting like a little bit of mixed signals in both directions. I'm not opening up the only trade I took was the SEI trade, because it could operate somewhat of its own with all the news in the hype. People might just FOMO into this no matter what. Yep. Pick a trading style and master it like martial arts, kung fu, karate. Take your pick. What are your thoughts on Gods Unchained? I think Gods Unchained is cool, a cool project. I don't think it's going to rug pull. I think it's got a great team. I don't know if it's going to pump today or tomorrow. I think if someone holds it for the next year, they'll do pretty well. Yeah. Take a look at its market cap. Yeah, I threw off my shoulder just doing that. You can feel the pain. I got it tight in there. I did something. Playing hockey with the local kids, I got pushed on the ground too, man. Crazy. Old man threw me on the ground, man, as I came around to the net. Ethereum contract address got a $91 million market cap. So go to $1 billion to 10x. So, I think you got a 20x in this, 25x, maybe more, out of Gods Unchained. It's been around a long time. We've been trading on and off for about a year. And Board Type Crow says he played that game. Do you like it? Is it fun? Do you have a good time playing it, or you just kind of dabble because it's crypto? I don't see a significant divergence here. I don't see any reason why we won't continue to dump. 44,500 on the radar on the way. All right. Happy New Year, Sebby. Blessings, sir. I listen to your 200 MA strat, and it usually works. So thank you. Amen. The youngsters beating up on Sammy. I know, right? Dude, I got a bum knee now. My right knee got hit. My left knee got hit. My elbows. Dude, these kids were just... Can you check on ALB? I think it'll be 100x during the bull run. They provide dexes. ALGB. Hey, Sam, I've been supporting you for a while now. I love your authenticity, but your admin Zeno is crossing lines in Discord. He's abusing his... Oh, come on, man. Jeez Louise, man. He is one of my best friends, man. Why do you have to be... man. I don't deal with controversy, man. He's a nice person. If he said something or did something, I firmly believe that he had to. I've never seen him overstep his boundaries. He's a super nice guy. Yeah. So I'm super loyal to him. I love the super chat and I love you. And I'm not going to talk about it again. I can really only focus on positivity and love, man. But thank you. I appreciate your concern. Sammy got burned on TRB with a dump, lost 20K. Please take a look and see. That's the thing, Joe. Why are people chasing, man? You know? Like I was sitting on 100,000 in Tether and I didn't touch that coin. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, Zeno has been super helpful. Like, let's flip it. Who here has Zeno helped in the trading group? Who here has Zeno been nice to and helped? Anyone been nice, you know? Anyway, yeah. Boss TA on ARB USD. Zeno is awesome. Zeno is a solid dude. Very helpful, right? Me. Zeno really helped me and went out of his way. Me. I shorted the whole red waterfall. Good for you, man. He DM'd me to help me in the past. See, like, I'm not in the Discord, but he's pretty good on here. Yeah. Let's take a look at the CME gap. Let's kind of break down some other things that we want to talk about today. And Bitcoin just kind of, you know, it's trying to double bottom here back to the upside. Strange market structure today for sure. At the end of the day, look, it was a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. There's your neckline. You bounce to the downside. And I still see the smaller head and shoulder here that wants to break down to 44.5. Never seen Zeno trip and love it. Yeah, so like, dude, I'm sorry, man, but like the people have spoken. You know what I mean? Look at all these people that said Zeno's a beautiful guy and helps you so much. Helps them, you know. So I don't know what to say, man. You know, there's always unique situations that happen. I'm sure something, you know, you never know. I'm open-minded, but, you know. Sean is gay. Why would you write that? Like, Ali Mohammed, why would you write that? It's so weird, man. Zeno, the main, yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's move on. People are like, who is Zeno, right? Like, Zeno's the man, dude. He's famous at this point now. Sam, hope as well as that you look on Ontology the last few days. I'm sure the trading group has their eyes on it. Thoughts on Ontology? We looked at it. It pumped nicely. It made a nice pump like a week ago, right? So, bang, bang, bang. I think you forgot to look at Filecoin. No, I didn't forget to look at it. We just, the show kind of take a twist. We write down all the super chats and we get to them at the end. Yeah. And shout out to all the fan funding here. $45 in chat revenue, 500 likes. I like that. 500 likes. Let's get the likes all the way up to 1,000. If I get 1,000 likes, what I'll do, if I get 1,000 likes today, $100. All right. $100 goes to some beautiful person. So if you guys keep hitting that like button, all right, right now we're at 500. If everyone hits the like button, 700 more people, and we get to 1,000 likes, I'll give $100, you know. And Jeff breaking out, get on it, lifers. We'll take a look at on Hulk Solana. Super chats, Injective, SHIB, Filecoin, and TRB. Let's take a look at Injective, SHIB, Filecoin, and TRB in that order. First thing I wanted to look at, though, was the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. Slow us down and take a breather here and see where we're at and what's going on. The 7-day chart, which is the weekly. And we kind of had this in the Twisted Sister, and we broke to the resistance. Okay, I just wanted to kind of double check where we're at and then reset. We're going to get away from the moving averages for a second. We're going to take a look at the weekly, and we're going to jump into all those super chats. All right. Happy New Year, my brother. Looking forward to doing more with you in 2024. I just joined in May and have missed this. You are still in your Bitcoin long to 46K. I just joined and may have missed this. Are you still in your long? No. We closed all Bitcoin longs. I mean, I'm in massive spot long. I mean, at one point, it's crazy how many Bitcoins I've been buying. But yeah, Lifer, you remember BNB Stake? Yeah, is that thing still going on? Dude, I forgot about it. Is it still going? Are you still holding Lit Sam? I am, and I'm adding to my bags. That's a long-term hold for me. That's not something I'm just willing to swing trade. You know what I mean? The Video Kingdom knows. Robert Cox, we love you. We appreciate you. I don't know what that means. It sounded kind of creepy, but I believe in you. So the Happy New Year, my brother. Look at, yeah, and again, man, I didn't get the sum, man. It was a Mara pump right now. It's funny, right? Really? I just pumped Mara? No, I'm just... Impossible, right? I don't see a pump for Mara. No. A little bit of a pump earlier today, maybe. You don't want... I mean, it lost the 200 SMA there. You don't want to see... It's likely to come down and tussle with this 200 SMA on the 1 hour. Likely going to be able to get it down at 17. Looks aggressive on the 1 hour, though. Could stay up here, but you know, the way those moving averages are curving down doesn't look amazing. Let's get back into the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. So we bottomed here at 747. One thing I want to look at is the 5-day in the 200 SMA. We just got above that. Remember, when Bitcoin got above it, we ended up getting a massive move up. Remember that. Hey, great show, Lifer. Can you look at SHX, Stronghold, and SHR sharing charts for macro analysis? I appreciate you, man. We only do one at a time, so I'm going to have to do SHX, because if everyone gave two, the stream would get out of control. All right. SCI up 10%. I mean, that's how you make 10%, right? I mean, hey, 10% is 10%. Had I put 10 grand in there, I'd be up $1,000, right? If I grew some cojones. But still, if I hit my target, I'm going to make some gains. We'll see what happens here for SCI. Up the most we've been in, $14 in the trade. Let's see what happens, 11%. All right. Happy New Year, Sam. Can you look at JTO? I like JTO. All right. And it's a tiny win, I mean, but we're up. We're up, right? We're up. We'll see where this goes. I'm trading the 15-minute time frame, just so everybody knows. This shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverted head and shoulder, 15-minute. Stochastics pointing up. Can we get above this resistance? Really, we must break this resistance, and then this thing can fly. Yeah, Jitto's something I would buy like 2-3 grand of it and hold it. 2 to 5 grand of it at the most, and just hold it for a long period of time. You know what I mean? Like a year or something like that. Wait for the Solana ecosystem to really progress. All right. SCI to 83. Yeah, where's my target here is to $1.04. All right. 83 would be awesome. Even 80 would be nice. You know what I mean? Seems like a slower day of trading too, so, you know, whatever, for whatever reason. Right? Shout out to the 1,238 people on the live, 604 likes. And where did all the new people come from? Tell me where you came from. I want to know. Did you follow? Where did you guys learn about me? Please write where you heard about me. Did you find me on YouTube through the recommendations? Were you just on YouTube and it recommended me? Did you hear about me through a channel? Were you in Vegas and you saw me win the TA award? Did you hear about me winning the TA award? Is it Twitter that you're finding me from? I just want to know, are you hearing me on Twitch? What's happening? Shout out to everyone who watches me on Twitch. Shout out to everyone that watches me on Twitter. YouTube recommendation. Recommended YouTube, yeah. So you guys are just watching, and it's coming up, and you're like, who is this guy? Next thing you know, you're sitting with me, you're learning, you're getting it in. YouTube algorithm. Wow, I love it. Found you on YouTube. I love this. Meta signals. Recommended on YouTube. Never missed a video ever since. Cesar Cordero, man, I love you. Wow. YouTube, Twitter from Malaysia. Found by word of mouth. Amazing. Sam, your channel accidentally. I've been watching you for the past week, and one of the top 5 channels on YouTube, in my opinion. Keep going, man. God bless you, man. I love you. I came from one of the BitBoy channels, yeah. From a Frankie Candle interview. Wow. Jordan on YouTube. Banter. Amazing. Found you on accident. Been with you for 2+ years. Can you check Kadena, please? And Marky Mark's voice. Oh, man. I can't Marky Mark's voice. From Banter. Kim Kardashian recommended you for crypto trading. Are you serious? I was deep looking into knowledge and they recommended you. No regrets, a single second. Amazing. Saw you on Bitcoin on ATB. Old school BitBoy, ATB. YouTube for You're the King. Spotted you in a dark alley. Yeah, you guys got my sense of humor, man. The funniest people on earth are the lifers. Unbelievable. I love you, Mr. Sam. I love you. Through Ben Armstrong. First time on BitBoy. I've been here since. Never missed a show. Yeah, Frankie Candles and Tom Crown and Crypto Lifer. Those are my head and shoulders out here, funny. Found you in the dark web. Yeah, you heard my dark web story. Jordan, thinking it was you. I needed to know how to use Pancake Swap and found the guy in a hoodie dropping gems. YouTube recommend you, and I was like, who is this guy doing TA in a Santa hat? Been watching you and joined the group since. The Santa hat one, man. Jason Casper channel. I remember when your wife said don't buy Bitcoin until it's below 17K. Found you under my pet rock. It was so funny, man. Crypto Lifer to 1 million within the end of the year. Let's go, baby. Let's go to 1 million subscribers. We can do it. Let's go. Let's go. I just get explosive sometimes. You know what I mean? Where is Snowy? Snowy was just a cousin's bird. Was never my bird. You know what I mean? Snowy was never my bird. All right. Bitcoin got the bounce back up. Could I have been wrong about Bitcoin today? You never know. I actually need to revisit what's happening and take a look at it. Let's finish with total. So total gets above the 200 SMA on the 5-day chart. Absolutely beautiful. But it comes exactly to resistance. Previous support becomes resistance. Total is hitting resistance right now. That's going to be a bit of a problem. We got some chop right here, which can hold us as some support. Who here watched the stream, heard the voice, and you were just like, what? Like, what's going on here? This guy sounds like a TV announcer. I got it. Who here got pulled in by the voice? Who got pulled in by the TA? Who got pulled in by just the general, the general positive energy? San Antonio, Texas in the house. Take a shot every time Sebby says, you know what I mean? Right? Saw you on Frankie Candles. Seen you over a year ago, and I'm ready to trade every day this year. Shout out to Board Type Crow. I love you. Hey, man, me and you had dinner in Miami. You know what I mean? And we're going to get to Injective, SHIB, Filecoin, TRB, SHX, Jitto, AIOZ, and Kadena. We're going to rip through all of these altcoins, and we're going to find out if there's some hotness in the market or not. I can't wait. Consistency and positivity. I thought I was watching a baseball game recap. The voice pulled me in. TA got me. TA and Energy. YouTube pulled me in all the time. Remember, today is the false move Monday because of the holiday. Exactly. I like that you said that. Started watching you more when my dad passed last year. You keep me going. Amen. Came for the TA, stayed for the positive energy. Shout out to Buck Nasty in the house. Casper. Before I joined, you told the group, don't trade your... You're so silly, man. I found you on Tinder. Oh, man. TRB is poo. Yeah. Stay away from that thing. I thank God every day that he led me to Sam and the lifers. Life-changing skills learned in the 99. Positivity and bravery. Biddy still you go to the 4-hour. Yeah. FOMC meeting in minutes later. Thank you. The old Bit Boy show when you were calling the top with the BTC pie chart. Amen. I love that was back in the day, right? Why do you guys have me blocked in the chat? I don't know. I can read you, so you're not blocked, right? SEA trade was really good. Someone probably already took some profits on it. You know what I mean? Hey, it did go up 10%. I mean, let's be honest, right? For me, I don't know what lever, You're the only one that made sense to me what to do in the bottom of the bear. SBF times. I do not remember how I found your channel almost 3 years ago. ATB BitBoy. Wow. Wow, the chat's off the chains today, man. You guys are awesome. Chat rate up to 42. 4,028 views already. Amazing. 21 minutes. Could you take a look at Ada, please? Thank you and appreciate you. Yes. And I'm having fun with the chat, but I got to get back into the group. Honestly, I could do a stream where I just have fun with the chat alone the whole time. We got to do an AMA soon. Maybe tonight. Who wants to do an AMA tonight, Or just an Ask Me Anything. I could do it from the Cadillac. I could just sit in the Cadillac. We'll do an AMA. No? Why? You hear my wife? No. You'll be asleep. You don't care? Why? Yo, did you hear that? Do you think that's right, everyone, that she says I can't do an AMA tonight on my phone? And she's listening to the show. The second I say I'm going to do something fun, she screams down, no, you're not. Babe, you don't want to be known as that wife, Like, that always seems to be kind of like, I'm done. Babe, be careful now, okay? Be careful, babe, all right? You're watching me? I know, I'm on YouTube. It's not that easy. You could watch me. It's easy. You could watch me on a phone. How are you watching me, on a phone or an iPad? Oh, we'll have a talk? You think you can scare me with the talk? No, I'm live with my people, man. I got my people behind me. You can't scare me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you, Carlos. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. Oh, man. No, but seriously, like, that'll go down in history forever, man. Like, forever, bro. Like, Doghouse, she scares me, somebody said. Yo. I'm afraid, somebody said. Yo, you have all the men in the chat just, like, absolutely horrified. Just like they think you're like the ice queen. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at us, we'll turn to ice. You don't. Apparently, you don't. It shows. You're a hard woman. Jeez Louise. I swear she's the sweetest pie, everyone. I promise you. Just, you know what I mean? Just not after 12 or 11 or any time that starts with a 1. She's always right. Yeah, every time. Yeah. You and BB are wrestle for charity. Arm wrestle for charity. She's pretty strong. I just tweeted your link and did a repost for Rockwall Solar. Thank you. She's preggo, so she gets a pass. You're funny. Why we're gonna take names in Crypto RS Crypto Fight Club? I'm picturing an Italian mob wife. No, even worse, an Afghan. Like the mob has nothing on, like, you know, the Taliban. I'm just messing around. Don't mess with pregnant women. She got you, bro. That's it. Let it be. You don't have a choice. Those hormones during pregnancy are super strong. Be careful. She picks me up and just, like, throws me through a window. You'll be sorry, she said. So the 3-day chart's super oversold. That's a great sign. We got to pump out. So there's a chance we're actually in, like, a rising wedge that really wants to go parabolic. There, you know what I mean? So that's why I had this out. Or we pull back. Right now, it's looking pretty bullish because we're oversold and pretty close to the 21 on a big time frame. 2-day chart also suggesting a move. And so, like, there's so much desire for the altcoins that they can't even go laterally sideways. You get what I mean? Like, people just keep buying them up. Like, they can't. Laterally side means when you get bought, you know, you get bought, you come back down, you sold off, you get bought, and, you know, you kind of. But if you keep getting bought and sold, and people just keep getting in. So this tells me that the altcoins are in a pretty good place. There is some bearish div here, and we are a little high on the RSI. That tells me, you know, we do have to heed that. But the daily looks good. It says one more push to the upside. So it's telling me that the altcoins are going to push this week and into tomorrow. You know, there is the bearish div again. They'll swing up while that swings down. At the same time, it seems like we should have lost this support zone that we got to bounce from, right? So the total market cap, $1.98 trillion, looks to be on, and I'm sitting strong on that idea. I guess I'm stuttering because I'm afraid of my wife, and, like, I guess she's in my head now, right? Right. SCI did move with a big spike, got up to 77. We were in the money nicely a second ago, and it came right back down again. Nothing burger. Today's a nothing burger. We're flat at 45,250. We've been basically at the same blink twice. If you can tell us where you're, if you can, you know. Yeah, I love that. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you all, and thank you for being here. If you continue to be negative, I will just remove you. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Yeah. Talk about crypto if you need help. Breaking news. Crypto Lifer is nowhere to be found. News at 11. These guys are so funny, man. I just was like, what is the news? I got excited. I was like, what news is he talking about? You know what I mean? I'm like, what is the news? Today is going to be a great day. What's more bullish in the price house? Silver bars, gold bars, or chocolate bars? Right now, I'd say gold bars. Yeah. I like silver bars, but I'm a gold fiend. You know what I mean? I should love gold. So right now, look, the 4-hour needs to come down again. Just this is the same idea here. Look. Total market cap broke out. long as it stays above 1.659, we're good to go. So just, map this out here on the 4-hour time frame. We're going to come back to the 21. Same thing. Bitcoin pulls back. So I see just an overall market pullback. The altcoins are still going to pump, but I see an overall market pullback. Up 5%. This trade is taking forever. Watch new wallets over the past month. Gold members smelling and ting. You're funny, man. Walmart to sell gold bars just like Costco. Does Costco sell gold bars? Really? Wow, Costco sold more than 100 million in gold bars last quarter. Where can I buy the gold bars from Costco's? I'm going to watch this. I'll buy some gold bars from Costco's. I go there all the time. I'll grab some gold bars. Why not? The Warehouse Club is now offering 1-ounce gold bars. Yeah. For how much? We're netting up to 1,700 over the last 4 days of sales. Dude. I grabbed me a gold bar on the way, grab me some cheese and a gold bar, right? I just want some Frankium. Online at Costco. Amazing. Spot. 2,000. Just because now, you don't get muted if you speak up. Honestly, every situation is different, Mr. Wolf. We'll have I'm gonna have my assessment team go over what happened. All right? Right now, I actually hear them talking about it upstairs. Customer service is having a conversation about you right now. They're going to find out what happened. They're going to assess the situation. And I'm going to make sure that if anything was done that you feel isn't right, will be taken care of. Is that okay? Do you feel better? All right. I love you. I appreciate you. I don't want you to ever feel uncomfortable. All right? We're all human beings. People make mistakes. Some things can happen. All right? And that's it. Love you, Sammy. Just want to say that. Love you. You grow. I grow. I love that. I appreciate you. I hope your trade breaks out. I'm watching it. You never know. It's taking all day, though. Oh, we did. We got $19 now. $20. Yeah. Yeah. It's an inverted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. It should break to the upside. With a move here to about 82. All right. Anyway, Bitcoin broke resistance. Kind of. It double bottomed. You know what I mean? I got to reassess what's happening. I'm not, today is one of those days where I can't figure it out. I'll be honest. The lifer's got to say, it's a little weird for me. I think I can figure it out. I just got to give some time. Just signed up to the 99. Looking forward to it. Just wondering what you think. And is that okay? Can I admit that I can't figure out Bitcoin today? Is that weird? What if there's a beginner watching? Does that make them think I'm dumb or I don't get it? Do they immediately assume I'm an idiot? Or do they realize that I'm a human being and like some days it's not? I mean, that is a beautiful double bottom though. It's all about flipping the 200 SMA. Can we flip that 200 SMA? You know what I mean? Once you get above the 200 SMA, we can. If we don't get above that, it's kind of all bearish. You know what I mean? Not weird at all. Bitcoin is weird today. It's not you. In a long now with the lifers ascending triangle. Can you please look at BENQI? Love you, lifer. Yeah. SEI seller hold. I'm in a long right now. Leverage up 16%. Made $20 on $120. I may even just close it so I can keep the streak alive. Right? Just means you're honest. No trade is a good trade. Price action for the last week is teaching people to buy and sell for a small gain. More trade per hour equals higher Bitcoin price. I like that. Yeah, more trades per hour. It's funny you said that. The more trades per hour. Someone explained that to me the other day too. Now, if Bitcoin pumps, this will be good for SEI. And now we're about to take that wick out, which is a good sign. We take that wick out, we can get the move. Stochastics were supposed to pump. We did get it. We did get the move. The entry was a little late. Could have been here, down here. We got in there, right in the middle. Entry price 7488. And I rarely trade little alts. We might be up almost $30, up 23 bucks. The most we've ever been in the trade, right? That's the most. 17%, 18%. Again, it's not a huge trade. I'm not trying to act like, oh, you know. Bitcoin back to 45,388. All right. I'm going to make sense of Bitcoin in a second here. Today is one of the few days where I couldn't make a live call on it. I just couldn't. So I'm watching the total market cap. I just want to see it make a beautiful flag here. That's all. That's all I want. You know what I mean? Same thing here. Just watch, make a flag on the 4 hour. Go sideways here. Interact with the 21 and then continue to the upside. I just see a slight pullback for the altcoins and then a massive move up, giving us just enough time to catch our breaths, buy a few more coins that matter, and then pump to the upside. I love it. I love it. I really think SEI could go higher. SEI going higher. Come on. It doesn't matter what we think. It matters what happens in the chart. Now we're up 24% gains, right? Another way to win, right? I mean, every time I win is a win. $30, the most we've ever been up in the trade. Strong candle. Can we get above this local resistance now? Let's zoom in here. Close a candle above this in the 15-minute. Do they have cart down to close? They do there. Look at that. 9 minutes. We want this candle to close. Nice move to the upside. Bang, bang, bang for SEI. XA showing life. Thank you. You brought this up to us. Amen. I took a short liquidation at 47K. Can we all pray for a crash? ICP pump harder. What leverage do you use on SEI? I believe it was 12x leverage, $126. It turned into a $1,500 trade. All right. Super Chat's injective protocol, Shiba Inu. And we're definitely going to go over today. So Bitcoin got back above the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. That's what you want to see. If we can hold above that, the whole story can kind of change. And we can, you know, look, shoulder. I didn't see this. I would have seen this. But I was doing other things, right? That was an inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. We got that move to the upside. I even said this was kind of an inverted, you know, even though it doesn't look like it has inverted vibes to me to the upside as well. We got to stay above the 200 SMA to hold the gain. Let's take a look at injective protocol. All right. And Mara back to 24, getting a little bit of a pump. That buy we got in was pretty nice. We sniped a 23 buy. Interesting. We're already in the money on that buy. That could have been a day trade right there. Crazy, right? So injective. I saw it with hidden bullish divergence coming down as it wicked to a 618 Fibonacci level and getting a movement further to the upside. The 1 hour is even oversold here with tight moving averages. But it got a little of a sell-off this morning. Let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame. It's overbought as well. Wants to head further to the downside. All right. Who here got depressed because Monday Night Football was off last night and couldn't sleep? We had Spaces at 8 for you in case, and that's why I started Spaces at 8, because once Monday Night Football ends, I mean, what are you going to do on Monday nights? You know what I mean? Spaces at 8. That's what you're going to be doing, hanging out with me, changing your life. What happened last night on Spaces at 8 was amazing. The words of respect and love that people spoke to me were unbelievable. Unbelievable, right? I'm looking for injective to make a sideways price action in this 7-minute flag. If it does that, we can play it up. It may go lower and come down here. We don't want to see that. We want to see it hold this point of control. So I want to see injective consolidate on the 7-minute time frame. If it does that, I'd be looking to get back in. Let's take a look at Shiba Inu on MEXC. MEXC is the place to be. If you want to trade, join my trading group. If you want to jump on in. And how did I forget to pin, man? Whenever I forget to pin, it gets on my nerves. I wish an admin or someone else could pin for me. Not pinning is the worst thing I can do, because I want to make it so easy for you to join the trading group, for you to jump into MEXC, for you to, I trust capital. And I did this even, I thought, at the beginning of the stream. Sam, you got to remember to pin. Sammy Boemi. And then the creepy thing is I have to put spaces here. And if I don't put the space, you know, it's just so weird. And even though me and my team, we put the space, it doesn't matter. You got to put the space anyway, you know. Anyway, join MEXI today. It'll change your life. I'm telling you right now, it'll change your life. You'll have access to the tiniest coins that nobody knows about. I'm just saying, when I first started, I needed a double 500 bucks. You know, Matic and all those bigger coins was cool, but they went up 20, 30%. I needed a smaller cap gem. MEXI, it is higher risk, but there are smaller cap gems, and we find out what they are through token metrics. And a lot of them are hard to find and get through DeFi if you're not really poised into DeFi. All right? Coinbase stock, TA now, please, and thank you. God bless you, thank you. So SHIB looks like a move is coming. It's super tight inside this channel. The 4-hour doesn't look amazing, though. The 4-hour needs to come back down. It does, right? I mean, clear as day. Why such a big target? I'm just taking the algorithmic move here from this length to this length, and it tells me that's kind of the pole. And I just give it a bit of a straightened platform. 4-hour does need a reset. Doesn't look amazing. 22 is ready for a big move. All right. These are curving a little bit. This is curved. That gives me a little bit of, you know, and it's a symmetrical triangle, really. 50-50 pattern. You know, that's your bigger target if you start to break out of this. But let's like hold back for a second. SHIB has this beautiful, inside a beautiful symmetrical triangle, right? SHIB goes further down. SHIB goes up. These are the two ideas here for Shiba Inu. All right. 1295 or down to the point of control at 831. These likely break to the downside. They're 50-50, but they likely break to the downside. If you can't get into MEXI and you're in US, I'm sorry for you. I apologize. Yeah, you just don't want it bad enough. You know. Speaking of memes, any thoughts on the meme moguls? My greats from Australia, Tiro. I hope I will afford next month the school in your group. Greetings from the Alps. God bless you, man. You will. Anything you put your mind to, you can afford. So if you want to afford it, you'll be able to get it. God will provide the opportunity for you. Thinking you can't afford something is saying that God can't provide more and more abundance in this universe, which is just untrue. There's abundance here. There's people that want you to live in fear and lack and scarcity, but we don't live in that type of world. We live in a world of abundance. We really do, where endless abundance is around us, and we can continue to live in that. You must believe in abundance to live in abundance. The second you stop believing in it, it doesn't exist. I know that's so crazy, but it's the facts. The 22-hour looks good. The 4-hour doesn't. I would wait for the 4-hour to reset a little bit. And the 4-hour could be the one time frame that breaks this and breaks us to the downside. If the 4-hour can reset, and when I say that is like kind of come down here or even curve. Take a look at our 1-hour. Yeah, and we can basically hold the zone here. Stay inside this trend line, then SHIB's going to get a nice breakout to the upside. 22% gains. And when SHIB goes, it tells me Doge is probably going to go. So there's some meme coin movement going on for SHIB. However, the 1-hour could come here. The 4-hour could break this trend line. We lose this point of control, and then we will drop to the downside. So I see a 50-50 shot for SHIB. We'll get more confirmation when the 4-hour reveals itself to us, whether we want a long or not on Shiba Inu. Let's take a look at our baby Filecoin. Shout out to everyone who jumped into the live. We appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that makes this show possible. God bless everybody that came to the live stream today. Unbelievable. And so I wanted Filecoin to do love. Everybody talked about it. It was doing great. It broke out. Came back up and then got a nasty sell-off. Holding support right now, but, you know, it's tough. Look at the bigger time frame for Filecoin. This is the only thing that had me a little stressed out, right? So let's delete all our work. So Filecoin has two tweezer tops now. This is now turning red, right? It wasn't like that even last night. Now we're getting a daily candle in 7 hours turning bearish. We're very far away from the 21-day moving average. Let's take a look at an even bigger time frame for Filecoin. I mean, it's got the giant Adam and Eve double bottom. Tells me that the long-term process, it's only a matter of time. But look how far away. It hasn't even gotten close to the 200 SMA. Remember, Bitcoin got huge when Bitcoin. So this is the process you're looking for. Now, Filecoin, I believe, is something, if I buy right now and hold it for the next 2-3 months, I'm going to make gains because it's going to reach the 200 SMA. First, it's going to reach it on like the 4-day or the 3-day. All right, so the 3-day just got above. That's a very bullish sign. So that's bullish for me. It tells me that we're not likely to go below it again. Once you breach the 3-day after being dormant for so long, it's very likely you continue. So even if you get a pullback, it's very likely you won't go lower than this. So it looks like a 542 Filecoin is kind of out of the question. And that's the Adam and Eve double bottom that we've been playing so many times. All right. And it has this giant gap that once we make it above, 870, we're going to 17 fast. So then from here, you can say, well, 17 is not far away. There's 128% gains coming. Great. I love it. I'm with it. So what now? Well, we're far away for the 21. The 3 days a little overbought. The 2 days a little extended too as well. Let's get into a little more of a smaller support of resistance here. We have a really strong resistance that could turn into a really strong support at 636. 636 has me really interested. If we come back and revisit 636, isn't that weird how that candle shows up late? It's weird. Anyway, happened twice now. Then we got this level here. So Filecoin, it's hot. People like it. Seems, here's the deal. It's going to close bearish. And so again, just like it looks like the whole market wants to pull back, Filecoin is part of the market, right? And it's a big coin. So I see Bitcoin, I see every coin just getting this pullback, and then we get a massive pump. Like, it looks like Thursday, Friday, right? But you never know. It could take 8 or 9 days. So this is what I'm seeing. And this is what I'm projecting to happen before it happens. It could be a more lateral. But because we're that far away from the 21, it suggests that it is more of a falling wedge. All right. So we're waiting for Filecoin. Alerts on Filecoin to watch this flag. And to me, the 1 hour would just kind of follow suit to the downside. So this is I would set alert. And see, the thing is, in 7 or 8 days, we take the trade, we make the gain, and everyone goes, oh, like that trading group, they just hit it. No, we are just like, we have no life. All we do is, we have a life. Our life is in the charts, but all we do is project and wait. And then when the projection plays out the way we want it, we take advantage of the projection. If the projection doesn't, watch it pump tomorrow and go out of it could just pump out of nowhere tomorrow and go so high. And okay, so I was wrong. So my projection didn't play out. I can do this at 10 coins. 5 of them could go nicely down the projection, and then I could trade them here and make gains. The other 2 could go right up. The other 3 could go down. I only trade the 5 that actually played out into the projection I put out. Aha, right? All right, so Bitcoin now in a little bit of a flag here could make some gains. That's a possible scalp for today now. Inverted head and shoulder. Got above this previous support or resistance line, like right there. It's hustling with this area. Resetting. Now it's either going to double top right here and take a dump. If it doesn't dump here and kind of gets another green candle to the side, I may want to trade this flag. But again, waiting for confirmation. And I'm going to clean Bitcoin up. I'm not done with Bitcoin yet. I just want to make that clear. I'm going to find some clarity for Bitcoin. I know I am. There's a sense of, there's some cloudiness to my brain, but I'm going to be able to figure out what's happening. Funny, someone asked about this yesterday or the day before, SHX Stronghold. I think someone brought it up in my trading group yesterday, right? Or I don't know. I mean, it's been going up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days. And then it had a pump here. I mean, this one's been rocking since December 16th. And it already burned through a 0, too. Stronghold. I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it. I don't know about it. Shout out to everyone kicking it with me all the way past 12 o'clock. It's a rarity that we get this 1,181 people, 699 likes. Let's get the likes to 1,000. I was going to, you know, $100 is some beautiful person watching the stream if we got 1,000 likes. So if everyone contributes to the likes, someone gets $100. I mean, don't you guys all want to help someone get $100? It might even be you. So if you don't hit the like button, you're just kind of crazy. You know what I mean? I don't get it. So $18 million market cap. This thing is tiny. Ethereum address and a Stellar address. Interesting enough. That's unique. It's to provide fast, secure, and accessible financial service for all through our developers' APIs. Yeah, I think we did go over this on the. Right now, the description is very, very weak. Yeah, we can do this. Most tokens store value. SHIB creates. Ledger. That's the only thing I wish Trezor had more support like Ledger does. You know what I mean? Still holding $16, but look, we lost. Oh, what a dump. We went all the way up to 77. That would have been the time to get, and we hit resistance. Get out, right? And now we're overbought on the 15. That might be my cue. Allow myself to introduce myself, right? Take that right off the table. I'll leave that there. We can come back and hit the confirm button whenever, right? 21 crossing the 200. Get tight. Can you keep us in the zone? Make the bullish rectangle. Bitcoin getting battled right now. So much to go over today. Total market cap, I see a pullback sideways. We got a good handle of what's happening in the market, though. This thing ripped, but the daily says it can continue to go. Like, it's just getting started. The 12-hour is a little high. The 4-hour says, wow, I mean, this is weird. It just keeps making flags and pumping. I would just keep flagging it out on the 4-hour and trading the 4-hour flags until one of them doesn't play out. So I would watch this projection with an alert on this. See what happens. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say to do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right. SHX. And remember, I am on today again at 1 p.m. for BOOKMAP. So I'm right back at it. It's insane. So I watch this. I'm watching that for SEX. Let's take a look at TRB, which I honestly don't even want to look at, but we'll take a look at it. So what happened to TRB? It must have been in some type of pump group. They got it all the way up to $600. They made it crazy. Then it dumped all the way back down to 124. Then, honestly, I'm kind of just done with it at this point. It's like untrustworthy. You know what I mean? It's been used and abused. At this, you know, you can look at it a very small time frame, but like it really. What I would do is I would, previous support of resistance, that POC. If it can get back above that level, you start. I don't know what to tell you about TRB, honestly. Looks like it's going to attempt to like Adam and Eve double bottom here. You want to see it get above the resistance. 228. Still a project, still could make gains. Sad to the people who believed in it and were accumulating it, because now they're just sitting there like, is this a clown show? Like, what's going on? Honestly, I got to move on. It's a mess. All right. Let's take a look at C6 here. Carbon browser. Remember, I got into this on the low back in the day. Not back in the day, but, back when it first kind of came out. When it first came out. So I'm up in this coin, but I'm wondering whether I want to hold it or not. Right? At the time, I had a good narrative, and I felt like it had a bit of a pump. That has since died down, and nobody even talks about this coin again, right? Not a lot of information, not a lot of cool info. You have to deep dive the team, see what they're doing. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have the time. TA-wise, that's an M pattern. You do have a golden cross. For me, I'd just be watching this falling wedge. You know what I mean? But I'm not a huge fan of this. It doesn't look amazing. I'll give you that. The golden cross is cool. and there's a chance it consolidates. It is in a falling wedge that could break back to the upside. It's got no volume. Nobody really talks about it. No one knows about it, right? So it's gotta, like, to get more love, let's get this bounce, see if it can consolidate. If it does that, then it's ready for another move. You know, C6. I do hold some of this coin. I may regretfully hold. You know, I took a shot on it 2 months ago. See what happens. So this coin's interesting. It keeps getting sold off, which is great, right? In a way, that could be the absolute bottom for it, but you never know. That's the only thing. We got into this coin when it first came out, and then we took it for massive gains and left it alone. Shout out to anyone that traded JTO with me. We're still looking at this cup and handle for the move, right? Could be its bottom. You know, to me, it's, you know, you're playing Russian roulette, brand new coin. You got to figure it out. If you know what it's going to do and you believe in it, and, you know, you're speculating on the narrative of Solana, then this thing could do some damage. And the price of 191 could be amazing. The wick down to 165, right? But it has to be on you. It's got to be something you believe in, right? Am I going to buy some JTO down here? It somewhat entices me. I'm not ready to pull the trigger yet, but it somewhat entices me. There is somewhat of a narrative behind it that could make us some money. So I went over this recently, talked like it could break out, looked like it did. Made about, what, 30%? 49% gains from AIOZ. It's weird, though. Whenever this coin used to get, like, harassed, you ever remember, I don't know if you remember, but in the comment section, people were always like, AIOZ. So it, like, whenever I get, like, botted like that, I always get weirded out by the coin, you know? It's sad because it could have been a good project, too, but... So when I first heard about it, I got botted by it, so it made me not want to touch it, you know? I think it's on Coinbase, too. I could be wrong, though. So I like what this is doing. It just had a cross. Same thing like everything else. Everything is waiting on the 4-hour to either make a falling wedge or a consolidative pattern to this sideways. You know what I mean? The whole market's kind of been waiting. But I do like what AIOZ is doing. 22 is a little overbought for me. The daily has a little more legs. We could still get a pump here for AIOZ. Not amazing, though. Let's take a look at Kadena. My baby Kadena, baby. 1,124 people on the live. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on it. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We talked about Kadena breaking out. Went over the fact that it was likely to make a move. Remember when I drew out this up 31% from when I put it out, I think yesterday in the live stream? Kadena for gains. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Kadena. And we nailed it, right? And I put it out yesterday or 2 days ago and said likely mover. Kadena, right? I got it to my trading group right here, and this is why at 9:20 p.m., I think during the live stream, 8-hour oversold, likely mover, Kadena, right? And the crypto lifer nailed it again. There's your before, and there's your after. Let's go to that 8-hour, and you can see this thing never hit a stop because the stop would have been below that line. And it's what I like to show and prove to people, that, like, the trades that I put out do not hit the stop loss. I'm not saying not every single time, but a lot of them do not. So there's Kadena before, and there is your after. There's your before, and there is your after. Bang. I always want to make it like exact, like flip book exact. It's gotta go right there. That should be flip book exact, basically, like. So there's your before, and there's your after. There's your before, and there's your after. There's your before, and there's your after. I've done this hundreds and hundreds to maybe a few thousand times in front of people all around the world on assets, from the stock market to Forex to everywhere. You know what I mean? You name it. Oh, we're running a New Year's Eve sale today for BOOKMAP. Just want to let you guys know. Get 30% off on annual subscription. Start the new year with big savings. All right? And just want to, guys, let you know that. So, sale period January 26th to January 3rd. It's a couple more days. So, jump on in today. Use my link, and it'll bring you to the site and get your 30% off on BOOKMAP today. All right. In the previous November 3 months deal will be prorated into this annual deal, and you receive affiliate commissions from these year-end sales. So if you guys want to jump on in, I do receive affiliate commissions from these. It would be awesome. You know, I taught you BOOKMAP, went over BOOKMAP. I'm so dedicated to BOOKMAP. If you ever want to give back, today's the day to do it, and you're going to get the biggest, today and tomorrow. So jump on it today to BOOKMAP, get 30% off, and I'll be on BOOKMAP later on today again from 1 to 2 as well. Bitcoin back to 45,230. Just, rejection. Not able to stay above the 200 SMA. Not able to get that green candle move on out. Just sloppiness today. Absolute sloppiness for Bitcoin. All right. The trade is up $14. Just kind of, it did break resistance, which tells me there's a chance it holds outside of this realm. Second it breaks back inside here, then, we need a retest here, right? See that green candle? We needed that. So far, so good. The trade stays on, right? And I'm going to clean up Bitcoin towards the end of this. So is Katina, so we nailed Kadena, all right? Let me just put this out to my staff so they can put out the gain. Where were they, baby? Where? They were, right? I knew they were somewhere around. You're so happy now, right? Yeah. It's kind of nice to get presents after presents that you didn't think you were going to get. Yeah. Right? Tell the world how nice your daddy is.
He's the best daddy in the world.
Oh, wow. Why am I the best daddy in the world?
Because you're just the best.
Because I'm just the best. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it.
And you let me help you make lasagna.
We made lasagna. We're going to have to do it again tonight. You know that, right?
Yeah. Could we go skating?
Yeah, possibly today. Yeah. If it's open, I don't see why not. All right. Now back to 45,300 for Bitcoin. All right. Let's take a look at Kadena. Remember, whenever I look at something, I'm going to go to the bigger time frame and assess. Just getting above the 3-day chart is a big deal. See, this is the only one thing that will throw you off, and this is why I love the moving averages. Overbought and oversold stochastics, right? So I might be oversold in the stochastics, but if I'm above a 3-day 200 SMA, I'm going to take a shot, right? And that's something I didn't know for years, and I would never been able to take the shot like that. The moving averages gave me an invincibility factor, like a belief in my trade that just really changes the way I trade for the rest of my life. Like when I see we're above a 200 SMA on a large time frame, it's go time for me, and I don't hesitate, right? So this is what I see for Kadena now on the daily, a bigger move, okay? And thank you for giving me the time to play with my brain and see these things, because I didn't see them at first. Now the daily, it looks a little better, right? And be honest, like it looks like we broke out and broke back inside, you know? It's funny how we made the bullish, but I still see this as, so the 6 hour can do its thing. May even do something like this. But I see a move for Kadena to the upside coming out of this rising wedge. So I'd like that 6 hour reset, and then this thing could make a bit of a move. It may be more like this, and the 6 hour we don't know exactly how we're going to hit trajectory of the bottom trend line, but I do like what we're seeing here for Kadena, and I'm beginning to build this idea. The move for Kadena would take us all the way to 256. Who is that? Oh my God, is that a little bouncy bunny? It's a bunny. It's a bunny, you bouncing. It's me. I love you. So my wife sends the kids down when the stream's over. She's like, it's time, Lots of love, extremely grateful for you. God bless every time, man. Let's look at ontology, ADA, and this will be the last day, but my kids are home one more day. One more day, so it still feels like vacation until they go to, my first goes to school. My first kid. So Cardano's just been tighter and tighter in this zone, and I've been talking about the fact that it looks like it's gearing up for a big move. So I'm watching Cardano closely. The only thing it may do is make a Bart Simpson right back down. It could Bart Simpson. Start to look like a Bart Simpson head. And we're getting overbought. we need to do is price action to go sideways and pull the 200 SMA closer. I'll be watching this 6 hour, all right? But I do like the consolidation for Cardano. I see Cardano at 93 cents sooner than later. Let's take a look at Quant, the most unfun coin in the game. No, I'm just kidding. Quant. Now, I saw Quant breaking out, right, of this rising wedge to the upside. The target for Quant was 160. Almost hit there. We got to about 150, 154 almost. Pretty close. And now we're doing this. And so, just like everything else, if you can stay inside this pattern, Quant has a nice move back to the upside. If not, look for Quant to come down, then make a falling wedge and test this level. Let's see what happens for Quant today. All right. And back to Celestia, back 5 block. Now it's see, that tells me to be out. And then I probably, yeah. And I'm out. I close the trade. I might even have lost the trade. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be, oh no, I still won I did win the $6. $37 in fee. No fee. No fee at all. Amazing. And there you have it. So, I took a shot. The key is not to lose money, all right? Every time I do that and I add, I compound to my gains, right? I still compound to my wins right now. That 60 cents could turn into hundreds of dollars if I keep doing what I'm doing. That's the key. Quant target is 187, but it's got to hold this bottom trend line. If not, we got to reassess, or it could be making some flag like this, or it comes down and makes a sideways flag. So one of these two things is going to happen. I'm still more bullish on Quant because it broke out, and I do see it getting up to 160 and then possibly up to that bigger target at 186. SHIB is, the avalanche. BENQI is the Ave for avalanche. And I just see it in the 618 golden pocket. It bounced out a little bit, but I still kind of see it in the falling wedge here. And it's coming to, a formal retracement. If you believe in it and the ecosystem of Trader Joe, XYZ, and of Avalanche, SHIB's going to continue to go up. It's going to create TVL. People are going to like it. They're going to use it. It's great liquidity across the board. All right. So I'd have to believe it. Am I getting in? No, I bought this thing long time ago. Had my fun with it. I get a bad feeling because I got API hacked and it was part of it. And I just, not for me anymore. So linked, we looked at it in this possible rising wedge or in a falling wedge. You see? And it's kind of in a standstill. At the same time, when we take away both of these, it's in a symmetrical triangle. You see it? And that could break down or break up. They mainly do break to the downside. The 6 hour doesn't look good in a lot of time frames, on a lot of coins, And neither does the 4 hour. See, the 4 hour needs to reset. The 1 hour is okay, but not amazing. And so it's one of those days where the daily looks good, the 1 hour looks okay, but the 4 hour doesn't. And whenever I see that, I wait out on the 4 hour and I just don't do anything too crazy. All right. Bitcoin back at 45,300, just a sideways choppy day, right? There was definitely some price action to scale, but it wasn't, it wasn't really ideal, right? It wasn't like, yeah, this is the day, So I'm going to get rid of these two projections, but they're interesting. And I'm going to sit with Chainlink. Like so here. And that's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, is it not? Could definitely Bart Simpson you down to the 200 SMA on the 1 day chart. You got some, you're a bit spread out on the moving averages too as well. So if you lose this high volume node, and if you ever see us lose 13.75, you're going to gap right down, possibly to 11 and then to $9. Maybe 11, you'll stop right there at that high volume node. All right. Hey, Sam, please take a look at MOVR. I really got to stop the super chats. Otherwise, I will never leave. Like, they'll just keep coming in, right? I think that one is all right, though. I'll take a prayer for you, Baker07. I hope she gets a speedy recovery. I didn't read what happened, but I hope she gets a speedy recovery. Much prayers, brother. J Baker 017. Can I ask for some prayers for my grandmother, Livers? Something to do with her heart is all we know now. Just waiting for the test to come back and for the doctor to review everything. Thank you. As my dad died of a heart attack when they said his heart was fine, like 7 months prior. You know, just be careful. I love you. And moment of silence for your grandma. God, we don't know why you take the ones we love and ways in which we leaves us confused and not understanding everything. But through our faith, I believe somehow we will be led to the truth and into peace. Amen. Super chats, sharing and MOVR and ontology. So, you know, you really need to hold this. So what I would do is I would wait. If I start to do this, then I might even get into a bearish short and a flag. If it bounces and goes sideways and we end up here, I'm going to long chain link. You get it? So chain link will tell me what to do. But I do see some bearish tones for chain link right now with that head and shoulder pattern. It just is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Ontology, I talked about it breaking out. It did that exactly. Boomed up 39% gains. And then hung out up there. Giant double bottom. It hit the target of the double bottom. Like it just did exactly what it's supposed to do. Double bottom, supposed to break out. That's your measured move length. It just... Now what? I mean, it's a little overbought of the daily. And again, the 12-hour. Flag out the 12-hour. You're too far away for the 21. You got to come back to the 21. Just be patient. All right. I know that seems like whatever, but that is what it is. Sharing, an old coin that I still hold from like way back in the day. Trying to come back from the depths of hell, from the Adam and Eve double bottom there. And, you know, I don't know. It's in a bit of a flag, a moving up flag, the daily. Just got the golden cross. Then you can even project it like here. Does it do a flag like this? You know what I mean? This coin, I guess, a bad taste in my mouth because I picked it in 2007, last rally, 2020 rally, and it got up. I think I 5x'd it or 7x'd it, but then it just, I don't know, man. It was lackluster, never really panned out, never did what it was going to do, never got the community, never got a following. So sharing kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, personally. It's the one that never did, you know what I mean? Like sharing. And I put a lot of research and kept DCAing into it, spent some time. It wasted a lot of my time. More than the money is the time that these coins waste. You know what I mean? No, all these fluffies are flying around right now. I don't know where. Every once in a while, it's like these. And I didn't even vacuum clean this morning. Well, look, I'm seeing one. They're everywhere. My daughter was in the garage. Maybe she opened the garage or something. I don't know what the heck's going on. I've seen this type of thing play out before. However, I'm not a fan of curving. You know what I mean? And a lot of these things, you have to remember, they got pumped out of control. Like, you know, now they're getting sold off to retail in a way. It's kind of making a descending triangle that may drop to the downside. Could go right back to 11. Daily bounce, though, and holds his own. It's a weird pattern. I got to give it to you. It's strange. Not fitting into, like, what I normally do, you know? At the end of the day, you compartmentalize it into this little flag. That should break out, right? And then you can get this idea of a trend line. But even this little trend line, I don't know. I'm not a fan. For me, this is where I would play support or resistance. And if it broke above here, I would swing trade it up to the next resistance. And that's the only thing I would do for this. Otherwise, if I believed in it long term, I would DCA. But I don't like it as like a really nice swing trade right now, personally. You know? Do you only use BOOKMAP for Bitcoin or also for other coins? I just use Bitcoin and the other coins kind of follow suit. You know? Yeah. Thanks, Lifers, for the chat today. See you tomorrow or on BOOKMAP. Yeah, tonight we'll be back on BOOKMAP at 1 p.m. I'm going to jump and give my eyes a break. This was a long live stream. I got to tackle Bitcoin one last time before I get out of here. I just do. I'm going to do a BTC USD on MEXC. I keep all my other work, but I get rid of the moving averages, and I just really start to kind of look at what's happening. Kind of shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulders. To me, that's a complex head and shoulder. Bit of a neckline like so. That's giving me some Bart Simpson-y vibes. It's telling me we could break all the way to 43.7. Big gap of the VRVP too. And that is the 1 minute time frame. All right. Yeah, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Yeah, gap of the VRVP. So I didn't see this before. 10 minute doesn't look good to me. Wants to dump. So here, now I've got something. And this is why I do what I do. So we were in the broadening wedge, in my humble opinion. Broke in, up, down, up. Basically double topped in a way here. Bearishly retested this trend right now. And we're about to drop further to the downside, which will create the falling wedge, which to me is the 4-hour pullback. And and then we flip on them. You're coming back to that 21. You're coming to retest 44,000, in my humble opinion. Or you're going to do some type of sideways behavior. So, kind of a bearish retest there. This is the idea here. I need to know, like, it has to make sense to me before I get off the live, or I can't leave the live with my brain frazzled for Bitcoin. Like, I have to be able to put it in some type of box. It has to make sense for me. So look, if we lose the 21, we're going to drop down to the 50. That's also going to coincide with the 4-hour coming back to the 21, right? If we get the bounce, we consolidate in an ascending triangle. And then that means tonight, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours from now, we're going to be somewhere sideways in here. And then there's a likelihood we make this play to the upside. So for me, there's no play. I wait for this to kind of come down. Possible a short if we break this 21-day moving average down to this level here. That's what I see happening for Bitcoin. There's a chance Bitcoin goes up, we consolidate, and we get a massive move. ETF comes 48,000, 50K, and we keep moving. I do see bullishness on the bigger time frames. They are pretty nice. All right, everybody. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. BOOKMAP has given us liquidity on either end, straddling us pretty easily, but also saying that the closest red area is right there and right here. So it says 45.8 could happen. It really says it could go either way. Very indecisive. Biggest liquidity is right here, though, at 44.5. All right. Increased latitude from gratitude. God bless you, Sam. Thank you so much for everything. God, we love you. We appreciate you. Everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. I do think we looked at BMX. It's at the 618 Fibonacci level. If you believe in it, you jump in long term. I bought some. You see what happens. Haha, came back at the end. Thank God for the rewind button. Amen. Right? Amen. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Raise the vibrations to the highest frequency we can possible. Get ourselves moving to the greatest place possible. And just, make sure we hit the highest vibes. If you want to join my trading group, hit the link to cryptolifer.com and jump on in. If you want to join where we trade and see what's happening, go to MEXC, KuCoin as well. Get yourself an RNS ID and get yourself KYC, and you'll feel great about it. I Trust Capital, the only place you get of an IRA. Move your IRA that you have now to another one. Unbelievable. And join my newsletter. My newsletter will blow your mind. It comes out every Monday. It's full of awesome information that'll keep you informed in technical analysis and your mind, body, and soul refreshed and renewed. Jump on in today and get that. You also get a technical analysis newsletter on Fridays. These newsletters are amazing, and we can't wait for you to jump on in. So please hit opt-in. I agree. Go to cryptolifer.com, jump on in, go to MEXC and check it out. Find out why we trade there. We find the coins that come out, you have to find them on all these little tiny exchanges. We find them super early on MEXC before everybody else. There's going to be some bangers coming out in the next few weeks, I'm telling you, for MEXC. Bitcoin back to 45,100, struggling. I see some downside. I see Bitcoin getting pulled further to the downside. I see the 4-hour taking over and getting bearish. I see more 4-hour candles, and I see the 4-hour headed back to the 21-day moving average somewhere at about $44,000. That's my prediction for Bitcoin in the temporary time frames, and I'm sticking to it. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing, baby. And let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Crypto is life. We dedicated ourselves to crypto. We're going to be successful what we dedicate ourselves to. We cannot be stopped. You can, you will, you are the best. If you live in love, you will live in the strongest frequency. And if you live in the strongest frequency, you cannot be denied. I'm telling you right now, focus on your energy, focus on abundance, focus on your gratitude. You cannot be in fear if you're focused on gratitude and if you live in love. Dispel the fear. Fear is most of the reason most people aren't getting anywhere. Fear is the reason for most of the sins in the world. Do not let the devil put you in a state of fear. There's no reason to be afraid. You have a beautiful higher power being behind you named God, and God is there for you. I love you all. Have a great day. Remember what the secret to success is: getting started. Do something today for the first time and get it done. I love you all. God bless. Over and out.